My lords, ladies and gentlemen, topping the bill of the old-time palace of varieties is that delectable demitasse of pulsating pulchritude, mezzo coloratura extraordinaire, Lucrezia mouse porridge. No, simmer down. Tonight, before your very eyes, she will swallow a blazing telegraph pole while singing, unaccompanied, the entire London telephone directory. At the same time, juggling underwater with 3 divisions of the Seaforth Highlanders in full dress uniform. However, she hasn't turned up. So here is a wax cylinder of Round the Horne.
And now, this week's special guest, specially released from quarantine, the conjuring Guru Maharishi Isambard Kingdom Goat Posture.
Hello and welcome to the show. Well, first an apology to the Bishop of Woolwich. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't know you were in there. Well, now then, the results of last week's picture competition in which we showed you a photograph of the House of Lords and invited you to spot the hippopotamus. Well, some of you came up with novel and highly improbable suggestions as to where it might be. And I think the expression on the face of the Lord Chancellor may well have misled you. The hippopotamus was, in fact, in the Distinguished Visitors Gallery just to the left of the blue-nosed baboon. And the prize for the winning entry has been sent to Mrs. E.M. of Dunrovin, Samarkand, and is, as promised, it is an inflatable rubber Douglas Smith. This, I may say, is indistinguishable from the real thing, except for the slow puncture. And I understand he's having treatment for that. And on to the next item. Smith?
Sir.
Right.
Movie Go Wrong, a series of radio adaptations of popular favourites from the silver screen. If you missed them the first time, now's your chance to improve your aim. This week, Hornographic Productions, in association with Warner Sisters, proudly present Dr. Doosweet BA. The story of a man who spoke the language of animals.
My name is Dr. Doosweet BA. I practice in the West Country. And I'm getting quite good at it. It's a busy life being a country doctor. Outside of my waiting room I have a lot of patients, but once in my surgery I become quite irritable. I was sitting there one day idly reading my Lancet. Let's see now, made in Sheffield by the Acme Steel Company Limited, when suddenly the door opened.
Oh, excuse me, Doctor. There's a case of berry in the waiting room.
Oh, thank you, nurse. I do enjoy a glass of it over lunch. Put it in the cellar and show in the next patient.
Right, Doctor.
My next patient entered. He had 2 fractured arms. I shook him warmly by the foot and bade him sit down. Now then, what seems to be the trouble, sir?
Oh, I tell you, Doctor, I'm not a well man. I got aches everywhere. Me skin's coming up blotchy all over. I got ingrowing hair in me nostrils, me ear holes. I got nervous disorder in me kneecaps, water on me deltoids, and I think I've done a mischief to me coccyx.
But how do you feel in yourself?
All right, except for a slight cough.
I gave the poor fellow a placebo. He wrapped it round his thin shoulders and left. And that night I was thinking about my practice over dinner. I knew in my heart that I really wanted to be a vet, an animal doctor. I turned to my faithful parrot, Amnesia, played by Douglas Smith in a feather boa and wearing a red rubber glove on his head.
Oh, sir, must I?
Quiet or I'll cut off your peanut rings. Come on, up on the perch.
Oh, very well.
I am Nisa. Will teach you the language of animals, Doctor.
This was my great opportunity. And now the plot really starts to thicken.
It certainly does.
I spent months and months learning the animal language. Soon I had an O-level in dog, an A-level in water vole, a fish at sea level, and I knew enough grass snake to order a meal. I began to go around the countryside treating the animals. A pint for myself and a whiskey and soda for that cow out in the field. But not all the animals appreciated my doctoring. One day, as I was passing, I distinctly heard a duck say...
Quack.
Thank you. However, my young friend Seamus O'Trouserleg encouraged me to persevere.
Oh, keep going, Doctor. You'll be your success. Now, sure as the silver-haired mountains of Mourne sail across the sea to Galway Bay, and the little people cobble their praties. And the wearing of the green big gara.
He was, of course, Welsh. He introduced me to the charming girl at his side.
Sure, and isn't this me friend, Ophelia Mutterbucket?
Oh, hello, Doctor. I'm coming to see how you talk to the animals.
Oh, very well. I'll give you a demonstration if you like. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 woof. Woof.
Doctor, he doesn't seem to understand.
Well, no, you always was rather a stupid cat. Still, now you're here, you can help me open this crate that I got this morning.
Oh, by the green socks of Eamon Andrews. 'Tis a two-headed llama.
Well, naturally, I subscribe to the Two-Headed Llama of the Month Club. It's called a push me, pull you.
Push me, pull you.
Yes, for reasons I won't go into at the moment. Now, come, let's take it down to the circus. I knew if I could persuade the circus to exhibit the animal, I would make enough money to begin my search for the giant purple prawn. I spoke to the circus owner. I say, would you like to see my push me, pull you?
Oh, mate.
Well, there it is over there, standing near my friend Seamus. Now, what do you think?
Oh, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it in all my life.
Then you'll exhibit this strange creature?
Certainly. Right, men, into the cage with the exotic beast.
Here, get your hands off me, you great pretty. Leave off, get off. Oh, leave me alone, you dirty, filthy swine.
We'll make a fortune. Make a fortune showing him round the provinces to people who've never seen one.
But what about the two-headed llama?
Two-headed llamas? We don't get no call for them.
Oh, Dr. Doosweet, the crowds are flocking to see Seamus. You'll soon be rich. Oh, please, please let me come with you to search the world for the giant purple prawn. I want adventure. I'm footloose. My knees aren't too secure either.
Very well, we'll get Seamus back and go and buy ourselves a boat. Seamus and I went down to the harbour. There was a dirty old lugger lying beside the quay. He jumped up as we approached.
Beware the albatross, young sir. Beware the albatross. Their beer is cloudy and they charge shocking prices in the saloon.
Yes, well, thank you. I'll bear that in mind. I'm looking for a vessel to go a-voyaging. How about that one there?
That be a fine catcher, that be. Known throughout the seven seas as the saucy Douglas Smith.
Oh, begorra. Oh, let's go aboard and examine his bowsprit.
Creak, 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 creak.
Well done, Smith. Versatile as ever.
Thank you very much. I feel it's only fair to warn you that I'm leaking a little, and I'm troubled with barnacles on my rudder.
Oh, nonsense. Nonsense, a coat of tar and you'll be as good as new. Now, come on, everybody, let's explore his poop.
Oh, I say so, must you?
Shut up! After a thorough investigation, we decided he was seaworthy and began to lay in provisions for our long sea voyage.
10 barrels of salt pork, 5 barrels of fresh water, 1 barrel of weavers, half a ton of hard tack, half a ton of soft tack, smidgen of medium tack, 4 butts of sack, 4 sacks of butt, 10 hundredweight of corn.
That's rather a lot of corn, isn't it?
I didn't write the script. Anyway, she'm loaded to the gunnels. You'm all ready to go.
Right, and so I cast off, even though I hadn't quite finished the sleeve. And we set out to search for the giant purple prawn.
Land, ho! Land to starboard! Land!
Well, it's hardly surprising we haven't left the harbour yet.
Sorry I hailed.
Dear Diary, it's now 10 weeks since we started our voyage. Dr. Doosweet has spent most of the time leaning over the side, playing 20 questions with a barnacle. Last night was the roughest of the voyage. Seamus lashed me to the mast. I never thought I'd last till morning. Thank heavens the weather was good.
I myself had abandoned my chat with the barnacle. I found him rather boring.
Well, I used to think that, sir, but speaking as a ship, I found he grew on me. That's rather good.
Oh, be quiet, Smith.
Can't I even creak a little?
You'll creak when you're croaking to.
Doctor, I'm not one to complain, but by the great red beard of Edna O'Brien herself, I must know, when are we going to get there? When?
Get where?
To my next funny line. I'm not getting enough. I'm underexposed. It's true, I'm underexposed. That's what I am. I blossom when I'm exposed. The audience expect it, Ducky. I get fan letters, you know. Yes, I do. I've got bigger fan mail than anyone else on this show. I'm not being serviced on this show properly. I need servicing. Service.
All that night the storm raged.
It's a disgrace! I don't get the service. I know my worth, and you get announcers here playing ships and pirates and all the plum parts.
You haven't heard me playing the part of a plum yet.
Oh, shut your
We thought it would never end. The saucy Douglas Smith shuddered under the buffeting.
He's an announcer, he's not an actor. Creak, creak, indeed. That Douglas Smith, he don't feel it. You want feelers. I mean, yes. I feel it, I do. I do, love, yes. He don't feel. The stock market report has the limit of his dramatic range.
Finally, the gallant Douglas Smith broke up and sank without trace.
About time, too.
Dawn found us shipwrecked on an uncharted island. I lay exhausted on the beach, gazing up at the drooping palms. They were attached to the drooping arms of several drooping natives.
Oh, Doctor, they're threatening me with their acid guys.
Oh, bejeebers! Oh, you leave this to me. I say you there, chieftain. I'll watch this white man's magic.
Seamus took out his cigarette lighter and flicked it once. The little flame flared and the chieftain drew back with a gasp of amazement.
Oh, that's amazing. My cigarette lighter never worked that first time. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Enid Blyton III.
Is it really?
Yeah. On this island, we are all named after our favorite authors. This is my wife, Ernest Hemingway. And this is my Prime Minister, anonymous 18th century.
They took us to their village. In the center of the clearing were several poles. They tied us to them.
You see these poles? When we have a low opinion of people, they are tied to them and executed.
I see. They're sort of opinion poles, are they? Oh, dear Enid Blyton, I can't get over it.
Well, I'm ready to die, particularly after that. I've lived a full life and done everything. I've been everywhere, Kerry, Dublin, County Mayo. I've had marvellous experiences. experiences in Cork and quite a bit of fun in foam rubber. So go ahead and kill me. See if I care. Go on, see if I care, you dirty swine.
The drums began to throb and the natives danced wildly around us. One waved a spear, another waved a club, yet another waved a handbag. A handbag?
Well, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, I say. Listen, Doctor, I've been dancing with them, and I happen to notice that the chief's pet, Aardvark, is sick.
This was the break I needed. I persuaded the chief to let me examine his pet, and I soon discovered the cause of the illness.
Tell me, Marty, what physician? What is wrong with my Aardvark?
Well, it's nothing really. He's just been barking too hard.
That joke is now appearing at the Alhambra Theatre, Leeds, as part of a farewell tour prior to retirement.
Give him these pills and he'll soon be better.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Thank you. And as a token of my gratitude, you shall be released.
Oh, Doctor, sob, sob, gulp, gulp. You've saved us.
I will heap you with jewels, oh mighty Doctor. I will smother you with frangipani blossoms. You shall be covered with umboko. And you shall stand knee-deep in umpa.
It was Umbala last time I heard it. I think I'd rather not, if you don't mind. Look, if you want to reward me, there's one thing for which I've searched these many years. It's obsessed me day and night.
I can lay that on too.
No. It's the giant purple prawn. Now, where can I find it?
The giant purple prawn?
The chief drew back aghast. That's a sort of rough native curtain. And there, behind the ghast, was the object of my search.
By the tall stool of Valdunican! At last you found the giant purple prawn, the only one left in the entire world!
Tell us, Doctor, as a man of science, what is your considered opinion of it?
Well, just a minute. Just as I expected. Delicious. And so ends this week's production. Next week we'll be showing you something they've been queuing up for. It's been running in the West End for years, packed to capacity. Yes, it's a number 12 bus. Whatever happens, don't miss it. But if you do, there'll be another one along in a minute. And as I thought, here it comes now. Rambling Sid Rumpo.
Hello, my dear ears, and ahoy the new, for with my trussock in my hand, and a faraway gleam in me kilt, I'm aware this bricht moonlich nicht the new.
Well, shouldn't worry too much. I believe it can be cured these days.
I am merely being Scottish, as the song that I'm about to sing ye is immortal in Scottish air and is extremely popular on Rabbi Burns' night in Samoa.
Do they celebrate Burns Night in Samoa?
No rabbis. That's one of the reasons for the continuing popularity of the song. They've never heard it, you see.
Would that I was in Samoa.
Oh, that's very encouraging of you. Right. It goes after this fashion, brightly but lugubriously. By yon bonny grouse and by yon bonny thrums, where the moolies grout in the trellis, where me and my loomers were ever prone to spong, on the bonny nerds of Ben Nevis. Oh, you tack your grassocks and I'll tack me fassocks. We'll sprout our cordwangles together. For me and my bogles will never be the same, 'cause I've grunged all me munge in the head. 'Twas there that we wordled in yon shady glen, on the steep turfs of Ben Badger, where the deep purple hue completely hid the view, and the gorse gave us cramp in the nadger. Oh, you tack your grunger, and I have tacked me plunger. We'll wobble our lummocks together, but your grunge starts to wilt when you're wearing Willy's kilt, and you're up to your spong in the hair.
set your teeth clicking, your nerves snapping, and your head ringing. It's the groovy, way out freak where you are, blistering white heat of Radio Balls Pond Road.
This is Radio Balls Pond Road, radio's #1 public enemy.
Balls Pond Road is wonderful.
And now, for all those swinging old age pensioners and nursing mothers who make up the bulk of our audience, while the teenagers for whom it's designed are out at work, we hope to bring to the studio from time to time interesting personalities. But you can't win them all, and with me now in the studio is Daphne Whitethigh.
Hello. Oh, the big city can be a lonely place, especially if you're a young girl who lives in a bed-sitter. But why not go gay? Take up those boring old carpets and hire a sanding machine and show off those floorboards. You can explain about the noise and dust to the neighbors later. Then rub oil or beeswax into them. A really friendly neighbor won't mind a bit. Throw jewel-bright scatter cushions all over the place and get a few inexpensive but fun antiques. Bring out that old bust you've been hiding away for years. Use it as a centerpiece and show it off. You'll find you have heaps of friends you never knew existed.
Thank you, Daphne Whitethigh. And now for drama lovers. Radio Balls Pond Road proudly presents the first of a series of adaptations for radio of literary masterpieces. Today, Far from the Maddening Julie Christie, which is, of course, a hardy annual. It stars Dame Celia Mole Strangler and aging juvenile Binky Huckaback.
Boldwood, you.
Yes, me, Bathsheba.
What brought you here, Boldwood?
A horse.
You're so flippant, William.
I had to see you, Bathsheba.
Too late. I've already bathed. Tit for tat.
You minx. You set my heart on fire, Bathsheba. You're the prettiest woman in Wales.
Where's? You've forgotten the sex.
You must be joking. Bathsheba, marry me, you tempestuous termagant, and all the sheep in the valley will dance at our wedding.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm too young for wedded bliss.
Marry me and I'll make you miserable.
Besides, it's hard to choose from all the men in the neighborhood.
Is there someone else?
Yes. Sergeant Troy and I are lovers.
You mean?
Ever since I didn't succeed at first, it's been Troy, and Troy again.
And for hardy lovers, I'd just like to say I admire your stamina. Now, recently I've been doing some research into the amazing cult of the Western. Men who have never been further west than the London airport. At weekends, strap on a gun belt and try to recreate the world of Boot Hill and Calamity Jane. And so, when I read this advertisement which said, Troll West young man, the Lazy Boner Ranch welcomes you, I decided to investigate. And when I arrived at the ranch, the sign on the gate said, ring and mosey on in. So I rang and moseyed. Hello, anybody there?
Oh, hello, I'm Calamity Julian, and this is my partner, Hopalong Sandy.
Oh, hello. I didn't expect to see you. Right, little Bighorn. Oh, how boner to Vardia, Dolly Old Eek again. Don't be strange, trolling.
Oh, thank you. So this is the Lazy Boner.
Yes, do you like it? We tarted it up like a real Western latte.
Yeah. What made you go in for this Western style of living?
We've always hankered after the grassroots. Hankered and pined we have, haven't we, Jules?
Oh, yes. We feel there's a crying need in this country today for men like us to get out into the open. Yeah.
It was to fulfil this long-felt want that Jewel and me opened up this dude ranch, 2 up, 2 down and 1 out in the yard, or as we call it, the great outdoors.
Yes, now what's your curriculum?
Mondays it's cow punching, Tuesdays it's bronco busting, Wednesdays buffalo wrestling.
And Thursdays?
That's flower arranging.
You'd never believe it, Mr. Horne, but Sam can do things with 2 arum lilies and a cactus make your eyes pop.
And I believe that while you're here, you adopt Western names.
Western names, yes, as you can see by my drag. Thank you. I model myself on that tough Western desperado, Jesse Matthews.
Shouldn't that be Jesse James?
I know what I'm doing.
It's no good, mister. He's like that. I tried to tell him. I tried. I told him that floral hat and the veil was all wrong.
Well, Jesse was wanted by the sheriff.
Yes, for robbing trains, not tolling about impersonating Mrs. Dale.
But who is Julian supposed to be?
You might well ask.
Who?
I am Bill Hickok.
Wild?
Outrageous.
No, well, I like the cosy, see? I mean, you can't beat a check shirt, high-heel boots and a pair of rough, shaggy chaps.
I have no comment to make at this time.
Well, now you're here, we'll have to fix you up with some Western drag. How do you see him, Jewel?
Oh, I see him all in the black.
Oh, the black, yes.
Black shirt,
Yes.
black Levi's. Levi won't mind lending you his. It's very comfortable.
Yes, you can say that again.
And a black 10-gallon hat.
Yes, with wax fruit on it.
Oh.
Yes. Like Marlene Dietrich in Destry Rides Again. Yes, the black's nice. It comes lovely in the black, Mr. Horne. It really does. No, it does. It's
Home is
lovely.
always safe in black, I
Safe in
say.
black, that's
Yes.
true. Little black. Oh, on the other hand, we could tart him up like lawn green.
Lawn green.
Lawn green in Bonanza. Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Please yourself. You've certainly got the Ponderosa for it. We'll teach you all your actual simple Western pursuits.
Such as?
Making a lasso.
How'd you do that?
Creep up on her when she's not looking and pinch her.
Oh, he's a scream.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Horne,
Yeah.
he
And
keeps me in fits.
He does me too.
Oh, he does, though. Now, you'll be wanting to know about your sleeping arrangement.
Yes, I will.
Well, Jewel bunks over there, I bunk over here, and then you bunk over there. Your pillow will be a saddle, your only covering a horse blanket. But if you hear anything in the night, don't move.
Why not?
You're sharing it with yours.
Lovely mare.
Well, that's it for this week, but before we mosey along, here's this week's motto, which is, those who can, do. Those who can't, well, bad luck. See you next week.
That was Round the Horne, starring Kenneth Horne, with Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick and Betty Marsden. On the musical side, you heard the Max Harris Group. The script was written by Barry Cooke, Johnnie Mortimer and Brian Cooke, and Donald Webster. The programme was produced by John Simmons. Oh, don't come near me with that thing. No, no! Not one more step, you fiend in human form. No, I tell you. Nothing shall daunt my spirit or cow my manhood.
Oh, give him a line and he's away.
Come, bold Northumberland, Southampton too. Come, Tewkesbury and noble Somerset. Brave Clifford, Gaunt and fair Lord Exeter. Tyne, Malin, Forties, Dogger, Finisterre. West Bromwich, Albion, Preston, North End, Bristol City.
Go on, get on with it. Stop hanging it out.
All right.
Disgraceful, isn't
I
it?
thought if I went on long enough, I wouldn't have to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's Round the Horne. And here now is this week's special guest, flown in all the way from Rawalpindi, Sister Maria Conchinella O'Rafferty, the unicycling nun.
Well, hello and welcome to the show. First of all, an apology. In an earlier news bulletin, it was stated that the Minister of Transport's hobby is panting in oil. This, of course, was a mistake. It should have been panting in watercolours. But, here now is a review of the day's programmes. Later today, there'll be floodlit male-voiced cheese-frotting from the Wire Drawers Hall, followed by This Land Is Mine, a tone poem by Charles Claw. And to complete your entertainment, Evensong comes to you from a felt tent on the Great Barrier Reef, Walthamstow. Well, now then, these days there's a lot of exciting activity going on in the cinema. Indeed, it's sometimes hard to keep your eyes on the film. Anyway, in this series, we've decided to recreate on radio some of your popular favourites from the silver screen in a feature we call, rather daringly, I think, Movie Go Wrong. How do they think of them, honestly? It's amazing, isn't it? Smith?
Sir?
Yes.
And now, Hornographic Productions.
I beg your pardon?
Hornographic with a H.
Oh, yes.
Hornographic Productions, in association with 20th Century Waterville, present...
Thoroughly modern Willy.
The time, the Roaring Twenties, which came, as you remember, shortly after the faintly squeaking Tens. The place, New York, and my name is Ulysses Batter Pudding. Quite a normal name. I'm an aspiring actor, and I've come up to the big city looking for a role that I can really get my teeth into.
Here, try one of mine. Anchovy paste and chutney.
I turned to my newfound friend. He was a short, thick-set man with a ruddy complexion and a wide, toothless smile.
That's a letterbox, you fool. I'm over here.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Hello, my name is Willy. Willy Cloth Fumbler. I'm a modern. Yes, a modern. I'm a gay young thing. No, stop messing with me. I plan to fling myself into the hurly-burly and show my razzmatazz. That's what I'm going to do. Cast aside convention and emancipate myself. See, look at my modern clothes. Straw boater, coonskin coat, celluloid dicky, trousers with 28-inch bottoms.
Yes. What you might call a turn-up for the book.
Oh, what a witch.
Oh, yes. I told Willy I was looking for a room, and he suggested I try his hotel. He offered me a lift in his brand new shiny red rooster. I think that should be roadster. Oh, it's my mistake. I'm sorry. We arrived at the hotel. I looked up at the sign outside. It said, the Bide-a-Wee Hotel for single young gentlemen, proprietor, nemesis Goosehabit, white slaver to the trade.
Hello, Mr. Goosehabit. This is my friend, Ulysses Batter Pudding. He needs accommodating.
Oh, welcome, young master.
Young master.
Welcome to the Bide-a-Wee Hotel for single young gents. Do you mind answering a few questions?
Well, I'd be glad to, yes.
Right, yes, you'll start off at 10. Are you alone in the world without relatives to make a fuss should you by some mischance be doped and smuggled away in a laundry basket by sinister Orientals?
Yes.
Right. Your music bonus for 6. Who wrote Handel's water music?
A chap called Handel's Water.
That is so. Sign the register. You're in room next to Willy on the 12th floor.
Nice.
Oh. We picked up my bags and crossed to the antique lift, played rather resentfully by Douglas Smith with cables attached to his ears.
Come on, press his button and we'll go up.
There's no use jabbing away at my button, sir. I'm not normal. For a lift, that is. An old dancing pro ruined my inner workings. Now you have to do a little dance before I go up.
Oh, really? Right, Willy, after 2. 2. By Jove, he's working.
Yes, he's going up. The first floor, the second, the third, the fourth. Keep it up, keep it up. There.
Amazing. Incidentally, shouldn't we have got inside? Anyway, I settled in, and that evening, Willy and I came downstairs. There was a gay, frivolous party being thrown in the lounge. She introduced herself.
Hello, darlings. I'm Natalie Otterblend.
Yes, allow me to introduce my friend.
Yes. As I look at him, one question springs to mind.
Willy?
That's the question. Oh, you gorgeous creature. Let me plant a kiss on those bee-stung lips.
Dear, get off. Get off. There's nothing in my contract says I've got to be put up with being mauled. She don't know her own strength, that Betty Miles. Now, I've been round to her place. She ain't got a telephone book in one piece.
You don't think I'm enjoying this, do you? It's in the script. Look, kiss him. Passionately.
Is that supposed to be a passionate kiss? I've seen more passion in a sink plunger. I'm sorry, Ducky. It lacks reality. I'm not one to complain, but really, I'm an actor of international stature. I mean, my agent says I straddle the entertainment world like a colossus.
Yes. Well, we all saw Follow That Camel. You were very good.
Nice, yes.
It's a shame the humps didn't fit you better.
Oh! Jealous, envious.
All right, that's quite enough.
Yes.
Meanwhile, back at the plot, enter Nemesis Goosehabit.
Not before time. Ulysses! You did say nobody would miss you if you was to disappear from the face of the earth.
That's true, yes.
Good. Sit on the edge of this open laundry basket and have a glass of drugged sarsaparilla.
Well, perhaps I should have been suspicious, but I tasted the sarsaparilla. Yes. And suddenly everything went black. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yes, we've all heard that one before.
I fell into the basket of washing as Goosehabit picked up the laundry list.
Let's see now. Yes, 5 blue hankies, 3 green shirts, 1 white slave. Good.
I say, Willy, he's wheeling the basket away.
No, it serves him right.
I found myself in a filthy back room at the Wang Ho DOS House and BBC rehearsal rooms. I lay inside the laundry basket, breathing in short pants. And feeling a little shirty. Suddenly, the lid opened.
There you are, Mr. Wan Fu Li, 1 white slave in good condition. 3 months guarantee, regularly serviced, 1 owner. A little old lady who only used him on Sundays.
Sir, he will fetch good place on slave market.
Good heavens, Chu-En Ginsberg back from the past.
No. Now, similar voice, agreed, but completely different characterization.
Yes.
Completely different.
You could have fooled me.
No. In Chinatown, I am known as one. One. I am a powerful mandolin.
Don't you mean mandarin? I mean, a mandolin is a long, thin-necked thing which broadens out into a great wide base and... Yes, I see what you mean, yeah.
But before you are sold into slavery, a little entertainment. See, I summon delectable oriental nymph, given to me by Chu-En Ginsberg in part exchange for tattered copy of the Beano.
Hello, Go. It is I, Lotus Blossom, mistress of 1,000 delights, one of which requires 48 hours notice.
What horrors were in store for me? Was I to end up as the plaything of jaded palates, a beautiful toy to divert tired businesswomen? Meanwhile, back at the hotel, my friends were beginning to worry about me.
Here, Willy, that friend of yours, Ulysses, the one with the wide centre parting, I'm awfully worried about him.
Oh, gone off me, have you?
No, but there's something about a pipe clenched between strong white teeth that does something to a girl.
Yes, makes you look like Alf Garnett. Anyway, never mind about him. What about me? I'm young, my sap is rising. I want to live. Not just part of me, all of me. I want to eat goldfish. I want to stroll down Broadway swinging my malacca. I want to go out. Yes, I want to go out and squat on a flagpole. I want to do things and see things and feel things. Listen, it's you and me, baby. Let's go out and throw caution to the winds. I'll get you in the Stork Club.
No! Oh, no, Willy. We must think of Ulysses. Where could they possibly have taken him?
The devils had me stretched out on the rack. Already I was 10'6", and I wondered how much longer I could go. And then they subjected me to the most fiendish torture known to man.
Come, Lotus Blossom, perform your sinuous oriental dance which drives men mad with passion.
Right, oh, Go. Black bottom, a new twister, it's sure. Got 'em, and oh, sister, they jump roll in and give it all that they got. Hody-ho, oh.
Stop! I can take no more. I'll do anything you say.
Ah, he has broken.
Right, I'll go and put the kettle on.
Yeah, might suit you.
Now, what do you want of me and these other poor wretches?
I will tell you, we intend to put you all into cold storage and freeze you.
Fleas us?
Freeze you, yes, in a refrigerator. Yes, and in 45 years' time, I will thaw you out again.
And then what, you fiend?
And then we make a film about the 1920s. Your quaint clothes and strange mannerisms will make everybody laugh. Ha 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 ha! I will make small fortune.
You underestimate public taste, you
We
know.
shall see!
There he is! We found him!
Curses! A woman with an incredibly handsome, well-dressed, intelligent man at her side. Yes, we fooled you, Wanthony. And even your brilliant mind, charming manner, and devastating good looks will not save you now.
Listeners may well have gathered from this rather sickening dialogue that Kenneth Williams is playing both parts.
Well, if you got it, you might as well show it. Now I've got it. Stand back! You will not foil my plan completely.
So saying, he produced a loaded sawn-off joss stick. and held us at bay while he bundled one of his captives into a rickshaw that was waiting in the alley with its coolie running. With a fiendish laugh, he rode off into the night with her.
He's left behind the poor girl's handbag. See, her name is inside.
Yes, I fear we'll never hear of poor little Julie Andrews again.
And now for a brand new look at the fabulous world of the modern, with it, great to be alive, swinging, free-range youth of Britain today. We bring you Fab, Gear, Switched On, Rave Up, Live In, Freak Out, Radio, Balls Pond Road.
Balls Pond Road is wonderful.
From time to time, we hope that the Balls Pond Road's own poet laureate, Rambling Sid Rumpo, will be unable to pop in. But unfortunately, today finds him here by my side at the microphone, Rambling Sid.
Well, hello, me dearie. Come wallow tit grossop and ring me down, derry, for the bee is on the clover and the death watch beetle is in the old man's bogwort.
Well, hadn't you better tell him?
Now, you'll find out soon enough. Stupid old nit.
And what have you got in your gander bag for us this week?
She's an old Cornish drinking song and is sung on Goose Fettle Eve by the itinerant constables at they parts when all the jolly motorists come staggering out of the pub and drive off into the police cordon. Its alternative title is Green is the Colour of My True Love's Breathalyzer, and it goes after this fashion, sprightly and furtively. There is an adger in the town, where I can put my moolies down, put them down and irk my spong for a very modest fee, and plight my artifacts to thee. Fare thee well, for I must nurdle, do not let your bussocks curdle, for I know that you must wordle in the old mill stream. Adieu, adieu, kind friends, adieu, adieu, adieu. I can no longer work it through. I'll dip my groats in the Nurka's looming trough and wait till my bogling fork drops off.
Thank you, Rambling Sid.
This is Radio Balls Pond Road.
Robin Scott is wonderful.
And you'll be able to hear Balls Pond Road's #1 DJ, Zesty Chesty.
I'm Mundy.
Ceased.
Hello. 2 peanuts walking down the street. One was insulted.
Don't you mean assaulted?
Don't confuse me, I'm new at the job. Still, can't be bad.
Wouldn't bet on it.
And for you stay-at-home mums from 10 to 12, it's Jimmy Sponge.
Hello, great to be here, knowing you're there, all you wonderful, wonderful housewives. So just keep sending your fabulous postcards, saying how much you like the show, and making your super terrific phone calls telling me what the weather's like in Droitwich. And now stand by, as in 2 minutes I'll be giving you another of my loathsome recipes. But now, by way of a change, here's me to sing to you. They tried to tell me I'm Jim Sponge.
Jimmy Sponge is wonderful.
Now, a word from the controller of Radio BPR.
Liberty bodies.
With a hyphen, too. For advice on modern living, Radio Balls Pond Road has acquired the exclusive services of Daphne Whitethigh.
In haute couture circles, hemlines are causing a great deal of confusion again. Courage is pulling them up, Hartnell is pulling them down. Quant is keeping them where they are. A number of top models are wearing maxis, and maxi is livid. But for those of you with any doubts about skirt lengths, my advice is this. Wear a mini if you're a young girl. If you're a boy, don't.
Thank you, Daphne. Now, what of our other programs? For drama lovers, each week a gripping adaptation of a major work of literature. This week, the forsooth saga, starring Eric Poston and Nari Born Yesterday.
Hello, Soames.
Hello, Irene.
How's Fleur?
Fine. How's John?
Fine.
And how's old Jolyon and young Jolyon and Timothy and Holly and Val Darty and Michael Mont and Mrs. Darty and Monsieur Profond and Gradman and Uncle Swithin and George and Montague Darty and Paul Post and Pussini and Aunt Hester?
As well as can be expected, considering they're dead.
Dead? Not dead and gone?
Yes, Soames. All dead and gone.
And young Roger.
Yes, and very young Roger.
And very, very young Roger?
No.
Good.
There isn't one.
It's odd to think they've all gone. And yet we are still here. Why do you think that is, Irene? Why do you think we are still here when they've all gone?
It's because we were booked for the series.
Today we have in the studio the amazing Grotty.
How do you do?
Now, could you tell us about your most unusual calling?
Yes, I most certainly could.
Well, let me put it another way. What is your unusual profession?
I am a sneezer, man.
A sneezer, man?
They say I've always had the gift of being able to sneeze at will. And I've performed before many of the crowned heads of Europe, and behind some of them as well. As many's the time royalty have invited me to their homes to sneeze for them privately at some great function.
Yeah, well, what do you actually do in your act, Mr. Grotty?
Mr. Amazing Grotty, if you please, you great ignorant simpleton.
Oh, I'm sorry. I assure you it won't happen again.
Well then, yes, shut your mouth, my act. I sneeze at things. It's all done with nostril control. Yes, I have. I have been gifted by Mother Nature with this remarkable hooter that you see before you. Remarkable, isn't it?
That's beautiful.
Aye. It's insured for a vast sum in green stamps.
Good heavens. Now, I believe you're going to give us a demonstration.
I shall be glad. I shall be glad to demonstrate. Observe. Yes, he's onto it, that fellow there. Observe, my lady assistant enters.
Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen.
By Jove, isn't that Marie-Therese Marguerite de la Rochefoucauld?
No, it's Ada Moldwarp.
Oh.
My assistant lady will now place a curiously wrought candelabrum on that ornate table at a distance of some 40 metres. Thank you, my dear, thank you. She will now light the 3 candles.
Has anyone got a match?
Yes, here you are.
Oh, bless you, Governor, you won't regret this.
Right now, the candles having been kindled, I shall now attempt to extinguish them one at a time from this very spot without moving my lips. Achoo! 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 Last I missed.
Well, not altogether. You've blown the band parts off the piano and stopped the studio clock.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, but not being used to the venue, I confess I did not allow for the draft. I shall attempt it once more. Achoo! Achoo!
Well, go on.
Oh, I can't. I've wrecked myself. Oh, I may never sneeze again. It's all your
thank you
fault.
very much
You
indeed.
dirty old Philistine.
No, thank you for coming along. Delighted. Glad you must come along again sometime. Yeah.
And now the time is going to pass through and over to our news studio for the local headlines.
Lord Engelbrecht Middenfoot caught his finger in a deck chair early today. He was 63. now he is 64.
A Denmark street spokesman today denied the rumour that Frank Horne went to a health farm some months ago and emerged recently as Engelbert Humperdinck. They are just similar phenomena, he ejaculated.
The other day I thought I'd try a spot of transcendental meditation, so I trolled down to a little guru mat I know in the King's Road. The sign on the door said, "Levitate the latch and enter." So I levitated and entered. Hello, is anybody there?
Oh, hello, I'm Julian. This is my friend Sandy.
Oh, hello.
Says Sandy, or as we have it, my guru.
I'm his guru, you see, yes. Well, Mr. Horne, is it your desire to attain your actual boner inner tranquility, Mr. Horne Ducky?
Of course it is.
It is.
Wouldn't be here else, would he?
Well, that was my intention. Now, tell me, why is Sandy sitting like that?
Yes, that's a very good question. Well, he's a fourth-week student, you see.
Fourth week?
Fourth week, yes, see. Sand has taken up the true third nirvana position, don't you, Sand? It's what we call the bean sprout pose. It's got a lovely style, hasn't he?
Lovely.
Note the juxtaposition of his lallies.
Yes. Does it hurt?
Only when I smile, beatifically.
So, you'd like to have a Polari about the inner light, would you?
Yes, please.
Oh, good. Well, for a start, perceive a oneness in all the universe. That's what you have to do. Without this, everything and everyone is as naught.
No,
Am I right?
You
Sam?
are right.
Right,
You
I'm
are
not
right.
wrong.
I'll just get my leg over a
Yes.
fraction. Oh, you're right, Jules, yes. Without the actual recognition of that, you are Nanty.
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 As Nanty.
Nanty.
But once you attain the true Vada...
The true Vada, you are at one.
At one.
The true Vada.
I am he as he is me, and we are them together.
We are them together. We are them together.
Well, it sounds like the Dagenham Girl Pipers to me.
Oh, more your satirists say. Oh, nish the mockers now, don't come the mockers. Now, on the mat. Get on the mat. Get in the position, get into the position Jewel is now demonstrating. Oh, don't worry, you'll find it a bit odd at first, but then we all do, don't we? No, please. We're on the wavelength, right, now just relax. Relax.
The ego is as naught, that's what Sam means.
And close the eyes.
Think within.
Radiance.
Inner cleanliness.
Open the eyes. Ying is yang.
Yang is yin. You're always looking better already,
Yes,
isn't he?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now Nanty the grinning, Mr. Nanty the grinning. Now then, the true smile will seep up from within.
From within. Relax the lallies now.
Relax. There.
There.
Now, Jewel,
Aye.
will you have a Vada at that? Will you have
Oh, he is transmogrified.
Transmogrified.
Really, how do you feel, Mr. Horne?
Well, it's extraordinary. I feel as though I'm having a Vada at something magical and forbidden.
Yeah.
Something normally hidden from mankind.
You mean your actual lotus flower?
Well, not exactly. There's a light on in the ladies' sauna baths across the street.
Oh, when he bowed!
Well, that brings us to the end of the show, except for this week's motto, which is, if you can laugh at adversity and smile when everyone else is in despair, if you can grin as disaster piles on disaster and the world crumbles around you, you're probably Harold Wilson. Cheerio, see you next week.
That was Round the Horne, starring Kenneth Horne, with Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick and Betty Marsden. On the musical side, you heard the Max Harris Group. The script was written by Johnnie Mortimer and Brian Cooke and Donald Webster, and the whole was put together by Barry Took. And the pieces around the whole were produced by John Simmons.
it. I tell you, I can't go on.
Pull yourself together, man! Stop snivelling! I don't want to have to slap your face again. We've got to keep going. You knew it wouldn't be pleasant when you signed on. Think of your loved ones back home. Think of tea time in Grantchester. Think of honey on the sideboard, the perfect rose, Edith Mutterbucket on an old army blanket. Think of all the things you hold dear, king and country, honour and tradition, peace and plenty, Bonnie and Clyde, Assault and Battery, Wilson, Keppel and Betty.
You're right. You're right. I'll do it. I'll go and face them. I'll take everything they can throw at me. I'll make the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, round the hole.
And here is this week's special guest, flown in all the way from Puerto Cabrevo, the whistling imam, Moshe Gwen Douglas Hume.
Hello. And welcome to the show. Now, first, a late sports result. Now, this was delayed due to trouble with our teleprinter. But here it is. West Blomwich Albumen 1, Manchester Unslighted 2. Apparently there was an exciting incident in the second half when the gruel keeper pootled in the penalty area. And the referee took down his Blitzenschaft. So, on to your letters. Now, Mrs. P.J. of Willesden writes to ask for a lock of my hair. I have to decline owing to circumstances beyond my control. In fact, I've only ever sent a lock of hair to one admirer, and that was a lady in Llandudno, and if she's listening, well, I'd like it back again. On to the next item, the latest in our Movie Go Wrong series. Smith.
Sir, Hornographic Productions in association... Hornographic Productions. In association with J. Arthur Rank Outsider, present... Frankenstein's monster meets Dracula, the werewolf, the mummy, and the creature from 20,000 Fathoms.
The time is 1850, or 10 to 7, as we say in England. My name is Lyndon Baines Sink Plunger. I live in Bloomsbury, and as our story opens, I was toasting a muffin. Your very good health, Muffin. Thank you. Yes, and you too. And there came a knock at the door.
Oh, Mr. Sink Plunger, you must help me. You must. My name is George.
Well, there's not a lot I can do then, is there?
Oh, let me finish. My name is Georgina Clapper.
Clapper. The name rang a bell. I'd heard of the family, renowned athletes all. Nobody could run like the Clappers. What can I do for you, my dear?
It's my brother Engelbert. He's disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
I see. Well, now this sounds like a job for a skilled detective. Have you tried Holmes?
Oh, yes, Dr. Bernardo's, the Old People's and the Battersea Dogs. He's not at any of them. I heard you were about to set out for Transylvania. That's where Engelbert disappeared. Oh, Mr. Sink Plunger, take me with you.
I considered the matter. Transylvania was no place for a defenseless, fragile creature with delicate sensibilities, like me. And I might as well take this sturdy young woman along for protection. We decided to start our journey at once. I paused only to throw something into a Gladstone bag.
Why are you throwing me into a Gladstone bag?
Well, I can't afford tickets for both of us.
The scene changes to a castle in Transylvania. Locked in an underground laboratory...
Miss Smith, just a minute.
Yes, sir.
You deliberately used the American pronunciation for a cheap laugh, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Well done. Continue.
Thank you very much. Locked in an underground laboratory, a certain Baron Frankenstein is busy with his beastly experiments.
They said it couldn't be done by man, but I'm doing it. See.
see in this test tube, I add a little of this powder to the bubbling liquid. I pour in the contents of this container, then a milligram of this white liquid. There, you see, monster. A superb cup of cocoa. Do you want some?
No, thank you, Master. It rushed my terminals.
Right, then I shall proceed with my experiment. Come, monster, lend me a hand.
Yes, what-o? Cat!
Oh! No, I meant assist me, you fool. Let us check that everything is in order. Operating table, straps, electrical devices, helpless maiden. Hey, where's the helpless maiden?
Oh, Lord, it quite slipped my memory on.
Oh! How can I perform my work without proper facilities? I, the great Baron Frankenstein, DSC, mad. Oh, get out of my way. I shall go and find a helpless maiden myself.
Meanwhile, Miss Clapper and I had arrived in the sleepy little Transylvanian village of Doosweet. We entered the ancient inn, which was named after the Duke of Orange, or to give the continental name, Duck à l'Orange. A figure loomed from the shadows, wrapped from head to toe in ancient strips of linen. It held a curiously coloured ushabti in its hand. It spoke.
I bring a warning from the Faroes, a warning from the Faroes. Southerly gales are expected, spreading later to Fair Isle, Dogger, Humber and Finisterre.
Yes, thank you. It's just as well to know these things. Now, tell me, where's the innkeeper?
That is me. I'm also the innkeeper. Good afternoon. You are welcome to do the splits.
Not just now, thank you.
Later, perhaps, but first a meal. Now, what have you, good innkeeper?
I can offer the lady my cold Wiener Schnitzel.
Lovely. Any chance of a good full-bodied wine?
Certainly. I'll lock the dog out.
We dined well, and later on he helped me carry my bags to my room. I was quite surprised. These days it's difficult to get a mummy's help. But after he left, I stood at the window gazing at the full moon, and suddenly I began to change into something horrible. A pair of cerise pajamas I'd been given for Christmas. And then I heard something creaking.
It's the plot, if you ask me.
There in the corner was a secret panel. It opened, I closed it. It opened again, I closed it again. Well, I don't mind. I quite enjoy panel games.
Yeah, stop messing about. Let me in. You know I am.
Good grief. Those staring eyes, that white face, those incredible teeth. It's Ken Dodd.
No, calls it in. It's me. I'm Count Dracula. I've come to make an appeal for blood donors.
Stay back. I have something in my hand that will frighten off any of your sort. It's a lucky rabbi's foot.
I think that's a misprint, isn't it? Shouldn't it be? Oh, my mistake. Yeah, I ain't got time to muck about. Come on, give us your throat. Come on, don't be shy.
Never. I backed away from him, making the sign that all vampires dread.
Oh, you rude thing.
He disappeared through the panel, leaving behind a faint odour of graveyards and lily of the valley. I bundled Lily into the panel after him. I decided I couldn't spend another moment in that dreadful room. I went out into the corridor where I passed a restless night. Sir Darcy Groat, as it happened.
Good evening. Couldn't you sleep either?
He was a tall, stately figure, holding his head proudly under his left arm.
I never sleep. I'm doomed to walk these corridors forever, searching.
Well, I think it's down there and to the right, actually. But before you go, tell me, have you seen anything of my travelling companion, Miss Clapper?
Now that you mention it, I did see a young lady in the corridor. She was bound and gagged and being stuffed into a sack by a mad scientist that didn't think anything of it at the time.
Good grief, who was he?
Baron Frankenstein, I believe. He's notorious round here as got the biggest sloss in this part of the country.
There was no time to lose. I ran through the night, which was rather rude of me, I suppose. Outside, a special effects man raged. I headed for the castle. I could only hope I would be in time.
Frankenstein, why have you locked us both in this laboratory? Why have you strapped me to this operating table?
Well, my dear, it's not generally known, but I have a monster. I need replacements for him. From time to time, you understand. Spares, you might say. You are a woman of many parts. Some of them useful to me. I can use that part. That part. I can't use that part, but that part's not bad.
No. Oh, let me go. Let me go.
I see.
Oh.
I shall have to resort to a gag.
Air hostess to sick passenger.
Tell me, sir, have you got vertigo? Passenger, no, only as far as Birmingham. Yes, I thought that would quieten you.
I myself had struggled up the steep mountain track, fending off werewolves with my amulet, zombies with my talisman, and encyclopedia salesman with my credit rating. I stood outside looking up at the castle.
Incidentally, for my many fans, I, Douglas Smith, am playing the castle. I stand athwart the mountain top, solid, immovable. I am a tall, grey bastion.
Well, I don't think anybody will argue with that, Smith. Now, come on, drop your drawbridge and let me in.
Oh, very well. Creak, creak, creak.
A hideous creature lurched towards me, reaching out with his great hairy hands. He spoke.
It'll cost you half a crown to see round this stately Douglas Smith, mister.
Oh, very fair. Here you are.
Thank you. Straight ahead is a fine example of a Gothic courtyard, and on the left you can see the crypt. I don't know if you'd care to creep in.
Not just now, thank you, no.
Please yourself.
Right.
Now, continuing our tour, we have on the right the secret underground laboratory of Baron Frankenstein.
This was what I've been waiting for. I pushed the monster aside. The scene that met my gaze sent a chill through my marrow, and it didn't do much for my Brussels sprouts either. Miss Clapper was held on an operating table by a steel band.
You've come, Mr. Sink Plunger. This foul fiend was about to...
Foul fiend? 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 What sort of way is that to talk about me? Just because I'm a mad scientist, do you think I don't feel? I feel as much as anybody. I feel more. I feel more than some. Do you think I don't sob in the night as I twist and turn on my pally ass?
There now.
I didn't want to be a mad scientist. Mummy wanted it for me. I wanted to be a mad greengrocer. Something buries head in hands.
Come, Miss Clapper, let us continue the search for your brother Engelbert.
Never mind our brother Engelbert. You shall not leave. Monster, stop them.
Yes, master, yes. Stay still. Stay where you are, outside.
Oh, look. Those electrodes buried in his neck. Those crude stitches. The shaven skull. The wires hanging from his nostrils. Oh, Engelbert, you haven't changed a bit.
So ends this week's production. Now, next week we'll be showing you the film of the Olympic trials, in which our old friends, the over-80s nudist leapfrog team, were strongly fancied. Well, I'm told we can't expect their performance to have its usual rhythm, as one of their members had to scratch at the last minute. Now, today, a group of us are gathered round the piano in an attempt to recreate the atmosphere of the bygone days when people entertained themselves, or before Radio 1 as it's known. Now, the song we've chosen is by Noel Coward. It's a masterly composition reflecting the current thought that here in Britain, things could get worse before they get better. They're out of sorts in Sunderland and terribly cross in Kent.
They're dull in Harlan, and the Isle of Mull is seething with discontent.
They're nervous in Northumberland and Devon is down the drain.
They're filled with wrath on the Firth of Forth and sullen on Salisbury Plain.
In Dublin, they're depressed lads, maybe because they're Celts.
For Drake is going west, lads.
And so is everyone else.
Hooray, hooray, hooray! Misery's here to stay. There are bad times just around the corner.
The horizon's gloomy as can be.
There are blackbirds over the greyish cliffs of Dover, and the rats are preparing to leave the BBC.
We're an unhappy breed and very bored indeed when reminded of something that Nelson said.
And while the press and the politicians nag,
We'll wait until we drop down dead.
From Colwyn Bay to Kettering, they're sobbing themselves to sleep.
The shrieks and wails of the Yorkshire Dales have even depressed the sheep.
In rather vulgar lettering, a very disgruntled group have posted bills on the Cotswold Hills to prove that we're in the soup.
While begging Kipling's pardon, there's one thing we know for sure.
If England is a garden, we ought to have more manure.
Hooray, hooray!
Suffering and dismay. There are bad times just around the corner.
We can all look forward to despair.
It's as clear as crystal from Bridlington to Bristol that we can't save democracy,
And we don't much care.
If the Reds and the Pinks believe that England stinks and that world revolution is bound to spread, we better all learn the lyrics of the old red flag.
And wait until we drop down dead.
A likely story.
Learn the hope and glory.
Wait until we drop down dead.
And now, to make you jump with fright, the Mary Celeste of the local radio station's Radio Bulls Pond Road.
Bulls Pond Road is wonderful.
Today I have sitting next to me Harvey Schmaltz, the theatrical agent, who until recently was handling the lovely Grot sisters.
And thoroughly enjoying it, Kenny boy, too, I'll say. But tonight I'd like to tell you about my new discovery, Jonathan Trollocs. So, the folks, you know, Kenny, I tell you he's the biggest thing to hit show business since that chap with the glasses met the one with the short, fat, hairy legs.
Oh, yes, Gilbert and Sullivan. I must say I haven't heard of this lad of yours.
Haven't you? I've got his publicity handout here, Kenny. I'll read you a bit if you like. Jonathan came from a poor but humble family. They didn't even have a bath in the house.
I suppose you want me to give him a plug.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it, Kenny boy. Anyhow, Jonathan wandered about the country trying to get his hands on old folk.
Pardon?
Oh, it should have been old folks' songs already. It's that partner of mine. On a cash register he's good. On a typewriter he's a right schmuck finger. Here, Kenny, did you read about Jonathan's daring leap into the Thames to rescue a drowning puppy last Wednesday? All the papers covered it.
I did. I don't remember reading it.
No? Oh, my life, it's not till next Wednesday. Sorry, Kenny.
It's that partner of yours.
Oh, that's right. He's a fool. But to get back to Jonathan, what a future. He's got the whole Harvey Schmaltz organisation behind him. Both of us. Monday he cuts his first disc. Tuesday his secret wedding. Everyone will be there. Wednesday...
He rescues a drowning puppy.
That's right. Thursday we start filming his life story. There's only one thing missing.
What's that?
We haven't actually found anyone to be Jonathan Trollocs yet. Don't suppose you know anybody. I mean, few spots, size 10 guitars with you.
I'll have a look round for you, yes. And now from the fashion front, back and sides, Daphne Whitethigh report.
Hello. Oh, the gangster look is still terribly in. And now there are some wonderful accessories to go with the fabulous clothes. For cocktail parties, there's a handbag shaped like a hand grenade. And for football matches, a hand grenade shaped like a handbag. For the younger woman, there's a Capistrani's latest dress idea. It's simply 3 paste-on flowers, very reasonable, at 3 guineas. Explanatory diagram, 10 guineas extra. Copperstani is trying to extend the idea for men. 1 flower for a guinea. Yes, my darlings, but I don't think it'll catch on.
Not on me, it won't. Thank you, Daphne Whitethigh. Now, next week we'll be looking into see-through blouses. And now, Balls Pond Road's own poet laureate, Rambling Sid Rumpo.
Hello, me dearie.
And what have you for us in your gander bag this week?
Tis a lyrical and devious ditty that's sung throughout Lamastide by the dwindling band of Essex graunchers as they court their swains.
Oh, yes.
A swain, you know, is a cross between a snake and a pig. Oh, horrible, really, as ugly as sin they are, but you do get marvellous streaky bacon. Lovely, really lovely. I can see that got you going. Yeah. Anyway, my ditty goes after this fashion, warmly and trippingly. There was a jolly grunger man who lived in Lowestoft. He nurked his spong from morn till eve and developed a nasty cough. He grounched and wordled from morn till eve, and this was ere his shout, "Oh, I cannot woggle my artifacts while the constable's about." And his colleague replies after this fashion. But why, my jolly grandeur man from famous Lowestoft? Why should you fear the constable to whom your hat you've doffed? For you can woggle your artifacts and ask no reason why. Oh, but grunge as quietly as you can till the constables pass by.
Thank you, Rambling Sid, without whom this show would have been possible. And now for drama lovers. The Balls Pond Road Repertory Company presents an excerpt from Portrait of a Marriage by Ethel M. Goatsbreath. It stars Dame Celia Mole Strangler and aging juvenile Binky Huckleback.
Charles.
What is it, Fiona?
Charles. What's happened to us?
Well, you made some cocoa while I took the dog for a walk. Then we played Happy Families.
I don't mean in the last 10 minutes. I mean, what's happened to us? Whatever happened to our hopes, our fears, our dreams, our ambitions, our plans, our enthusiasms, our expectations, our...
Go on.
I can't. There just aren't the words.
How true. We've lost something. Something's gone. Lost and gone.
Is it irretrievable, Charles? Is it irrevocable, irreversible, indissoluble? Is it irresoluble?
I don't know, Fiona. It's either that or irresistibles. I just don't know. Did we want too much? Did we dream dreams, hope hopes, desire desires, burlesque burlesque?
I don't know, Charles, and yet I'm certain.
I don't know either, yet I too am sure, positive, certain, definite, unequivocal, categorical, indubious, doubtless, fanatical and doctrinaire, and yet uncertain.
Can't we begin again?
Can we?
Oh, can't we?
I suppose we can.
We must.
We will.
Oh, Charles. Oh, Charles. Does it mean we are going to start again?
Yes, my darling. Yes, yes, yes. Here, you have Master Bun the baker's son.
Thank you, Charles. I've always wanted him.
Well, in spite of the weather, they're still at it in the Alps. I was developing my biceps the other day, picking up the Sunday Times from the front doormat, when I noticed the Alpine skiing reports. Now, one report went like this. The other one concerned Captain Reggie Probert, who it seems did remarkably well for Britain by coming 73rd in the downhill race. And that was the ladies' event, too. The thought depressed me no end, and I decided there and then that I'd do my bit at backing Britain by learning to ski. So, I decided to pay a visit to a ski school I know, just off the King's Road. And the sign on the door said, Bona Indoor Ski School. Agitate the cowbell and enter. So I agitated and entered. Hello, anybody there?
Oh, hello, I'm Julian, this is my friend Sam.
Oh, why, it's Mr. Horne. Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, how bona to valde your jolly old Deke again.
Yeah.
Don't be strange, troll right in now.
Thank you.
Welcome to your actual indoor piste. That is your actual French, piste.
Means your track or your slope.
Yes, now where is the slope?
Oh, there's no actual slope, Mr. Horne.
No actual slope. No.
Nanty your slope.
Oh, Nanty. No, I mean, you could break your lallies, couldn't you, darling? Not you in. This is, now, you see, this is more your après skis.
Après.
Yeah, après.
Yes. If you want your actual athletic exercise part, you'll have to troll over to Rudy's Latty. I wouldn't advise it, though. Ooh. At it like knives, they are.
No, not at your age, Mr. Horne Ducky. It's so steep. Why, even Rudy's taken a few tosses, isn't he, Jules? Oh, yes.
Quite a few, yes. Oh, no, we provide more relaxed service. At Rudy's, you get discipline.
You do, squatting around till your lallies ache.
Oh, ache. And the height.
Oh, a great height. Oh. Yes, you need to be about 18 with whopping great thews. Start all that, don't you?
Oh,
You're 20.
20 at the outside.
We cater more for your mature Omi.
Yeah. Well, you've convinced me now, so what do you offer?
We cater entirely for your evening trade. More your after 6, your après 6, you see. The Bona gear, you see. We'll have a fart around the racks. Chunky butch sweaters in oiled wool.
They come lovely in the oiled wool.
Oh,
they do. They really do. Or there's rats with pom-poms.
Long johns in pastel colours.
I never listen to gossip, Ducky. You see, if you're dressed right, it's half the battle.
Half the battle. Yes, first week you'll learn a bit of practical yodeling. You're a lady.
You're a lady.
You're a lady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here, Jewel, your voice is broken.
That was me.
Was it? Oh, you. Oh, I thought it sounded a bit Night on a Bare Mountain. Well, then, there's your ski waxing, stamping round in lederhosen.
Christiana turns without skis.
Does she, by Jove?
Yes. Your ultraviolet sunbaths to give your eek that outdoor glow.
Plaster casts to wear on the train back.
Autographed by your leading devs and instructors. It's all worked out, you see, heart face. It's all worked out. Yes, darling. Cancel the milk and you're away.
Yes.
But I was thinking more of the actual sport. Now, won't you teach me to ski?
A week with us, Trish, teaches you everything you need to know about how to behave at a winter sports resort.
Oh, indeed. What? You play your cards right, you'll never have to ski.
No, in fact, you won't get the chance. I didn't.
Well, that's all, except for this week's thought, which is this. If you were cast away on a desert island with a loaded shotgun, which 8 disc jockeys would you take with you? Cheerio. See you next week.
That was Round the Horne, starring Kenneth Horne, with Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick and Betty Marston. On the musical side, you had the Max Harris Group. The script was written by Barry Tooke, Johnnie Mortimer and Brian Cooke, and Donald Webster. The program was produced by John Simmons.
As we have a few moments in hand before the next programme, here is a warning to all shipping. Thank you. And for my next impression, a BBC announcer performing a rather distasteful duty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Round the Horne.
Hello and welcome to the show. First, a late sports result. Lions 3, Christians 0. And now an apology. In last week's programme, we said that Sir Armitage Bulstrode likes to go and feel the pigeons in Trafalgar Square. Well, this, of course, was a typographical error. It should have been feel the pigeons in Soho Square. None of which brings us to the results of last week's Complete the Title competition. Now, the first title we asked you to complete was The Girl with Green. Yes, the correct answer was eyes, though I must congratulate the very Reverend Ignatius Dangle for an inspired, if highly improbable, guess. Now, the other title was The Man with the Golden. And this produced such a volume of mail that I haven't been able to sort through it, particularly as my secretary is away suffering from shock. Smith, announce the next item.
Shan't.
What?
Shan't. You promised I could do my bit first. You promised. Granny's listening specially.
Oh, very well, go on.
Thank you, sir. As I walk down the country lane, I hear the birds twittering. And look, here comes Rover the dog. Woof, woof. Hello, Rover. And yonder I spy Brock the badger. Oh, he's gone. It's just as well, really. I can't do badgers. But see, here comes Nellie the cow. Moo, moo.
Yeah, and look, coming towards us, John the producer, carrying your notice to quit.
Oh, well, perhaps I'd better announce the latest in our Movie Go Wrong series. A film adaptation to stir the heart, quicken the pulse, and agitate the peritoneum. Pornographic Productions, in association with British Mouse, proudly present The Knights of Camelot.
This is the story of King Arthur, the man who told the sea to go back while he watched the spider burning the cakes.
They don't exactly go in for historical accuracy, do they?
We open with a panoramic view of King Arthur's seat in glorious colour. Yes, Camelot. In the narrow streets, bold knights flaunt their escutcheons and serving maidens hang out their wimples to dry. I'm playing Arthur. I spent a happy boyhood roaming about in oak forest and poppy wood. Iris wood, too, sometimes. Mostly it was poppy. It was on one of these childhood jaunts that I first discovered my mighty Excalibur.
I, Douglas Smith, play the part of Excalibur, the shining sword. I'm buried up to my pommel in granite.
I was skipping down the woodland path with poppies in my hand when suddenly...
Stay, young master. Stay, young master, stay.
Well, Hugh Williams, I thought Hugh Paddock was playing Merlin.
Yeah, well, he was, but I wouldn't have come in till page 5, you see, so we did a swap. I'm doing Merlin, and I've told him he can play Grandfather.
But we're not doing Grandfather this week.
Shut up, he don't know that. He only reads his own lines.
Stay, young master. See this Douglas Smith buried in the granite. Now is your chance. If you can pull it out, you shall be king.
I gripped the thing by its curiously carved hilt.
I say, do be careful.
And with one mighty heave, I dislocated my shoulder. But I had the sword. Excalibur was mine. course, many years have passed since then. Now I sit at the round table, my gallant knights around me. Sir Gawain, the gentle knight. Sir Insomnia, the sleepless knight.
My liege, by your leave, I crave a boon.
Certainly, there's a plate of them over there. Buttered boons, coloured boons.
No, sire. I seek an opportunity to show off my daring do. I haven't daring done for weeks now.
Very well, I decree that a grand tourney be held. My knights shall go out into the field wearing full armour and carrying heavy shields. You shall tilt, and some of you may even fall over.
Hold! 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 I demand that you hold!
I held. Who are you, intrepid knight with the pointed black face?
I ain't got my helmet on, you fool. I am Sir Mincelot. Yes, I am Sir Mincelot, the pure knight.
Oh, of course, I dubbed you myself.
Yeah.
For the foreign language markets. What do you want, Mincelot?
I have heard of the exciting deeds done by your bold company, and I wish to take up my position on the round table.
A deadly silence fell. Mainly because the producer had cut the next line. Later that day, I hurried to see my court magician, Merlin.
Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Greetings, sir. Care for a sandwich?
No, thank you, Merlin. Hey, just a minute. Kenneth Williams was playing Merlin just now.
Yes, I know, but the less said about him and his little devices, the better. Grunt.
Anyway, Merlin, I come to you because I need counsel.
I'll try and get you one. When does your case come up?
I need advice. This knight, Sir Mincelot, he fills me with foreboding. I don't know, there's something about the way he holds his lance that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Never fear, for nothing is hidden from Merlin.
What doth this knight, Sir Mincelot, at my court?
Even now he is with your wife, the Lady Guinevere, whom men call Guinevere the Generous.
And I'd give a lot to know how that name got around.
Greetings, bald knight.
Bold knight. Bold. Do you mind? Greetings, Lady Guinevere. I am Sir Mincelot the Pure. See me in my shining armour. I'm pure. I'm pure. The pleasures of the flesh are not for me. I resist all temptation. I'm pure. Mainly because I can't get out of this rotten armour.
Sir Mincelot, I have heard of your intrepidity. Is it true? Is it true what they say about your great feat? That you went out and rescued a dragon and slaughtered a fair maiden?
Yeah, well, you can't see what you're doing with this visor down.
Come, stand by me. Oh, closer, closer. Oh, look into my eyes. Do you not see beauty there?
Oh, yes, yes, such beauty. I could gaze on it all day. Two little reflections of me.
Verily thou art a great bighead. Come the day of the tourney, my champion will demand satisfaction from you.
No, Willy, no.
Your Majesties, my lords, knights of the round table, damsels of the octagonal stool, squires, serfs, archers, dales, Franciscan friars, Black Friars, Mansion House, Cannon Street, Old Station, Westminster. Announcing the first choice. On my left, Sir Mincelot, 7 stone 3 in dripping wet armour. And on my right, the Queen's champion, Sir Cula.
Guinevere and I watched from the royal box. To the south, Sir Mincelot Road. To the north, Circular Road. North Circular Road. Oh dear, I missed that at rehearsal, you know.
Lucky devil.
It was an inspiring sight, the knights astride their gaily caparisoned coconut shells. We watched with bated breath, they gathered speed, lances held ready, faster and faster.
Shouldn't they have been galloping towards each other?
Yes, but don't worry, they're turning back. See, they're fighting.
Oh, thrust and parry, thrust and parry.
Why do you keep saying thrust and parry?
They're my tailors. I thought you'd be interested. Ha! Take that! I've cleaved your armour. There, your end is in sight.
I yield! I yield!
Sir Mincelot, he's won! He's won!
And who would have thought it? We should throw something in his honour. A rotten tomato, or better yet, a feast. What a banquet it was. Oxen roasted whole, wine flowed like water, the board was groaning.
The shareholders won't like us spending all this money.
Nonsense. But stay, where is my Lady Guinevere?
I did see a slim girlish figure flit away into the shadows, sire. And Lady Guinevere was with him.
They will never find us here, Mincelot. Another goblet of mead.
Well, I don't know, Guinevere. We've already had 7 goblets of mead.
Oh, Mincelot, we can't go on meading like this. If Arthur suspects I am lacking in chastity, he will belt me.
Quite. Oh, Guinevere.
Oh, Mincelot.
Oh, Guinevere. Guinevere.
Mincelot, Mincelot.
Guinevere. Guinevere. Guinevere.
Mincelot, Mincelot, Mincelot.
Oh, Guinevere.
Oh, Mincelot.
Mincelot.
Arthur.
Mincelot. Mincelot.
Arthur. Arthur. Arthur.
Well, so much for the introduction. What are you both doing, and on the round table, too? You know how easily it marks?
Fear not, my liege. It's this rotten armour. I couldn't get me visor up. Your wife has been chased.
I know, I saw you chasing her. You leave me no alternative but to punish you both.
Oh!
Picture the awful scene. The crowded public square in Camelot. Faggots are piled high around 2 solitary stakes in the centre of the square. The torches are plied, the wood blazes, smoke and flames hide the stakes from our view.
Yes, this is your punishment, Guinevere and Mincelot. We're having a barbecue and you haven't been invited.
Then I shall hie me to a nunnery.
And where goest thou, Sir Mincelot?
I'm going to me Maharishi. Yes, you show me the way.
Which way?
Way to get out of this stinking suit of armour.
And now Miss Betty Marsden and I would like to burst forth. But first, our version of what was hitherto an old favourite. Remember Snook?
Remember Spam.
Your ration book.
12 points for jam.
Ah, yes. I remember it well.
When Hill was Lord, and not just Fanny.
La Rue met Road, and not old Danny. Oh, yes. I remember it well.
Remember Mind My Bike.
And the Charlie Chester mob.
We'll never see their like.
Good job. Good job.
It warms my heart, although it's odd.
Their jokes live on, thanks to Ken Dodd. Ah, yes. He remembers them well. How often I've thought of that old-fashioned waltz we danced to the band of Joe Loss. We jived to some bods who were known as the Squads, and we rumbered to Edmundo Ross. That's a good meter. When you were slim,
And you had hair.
your waist was trim.
Pre-Medicare.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. We used to flirt the whole night through. You wore a skirt.
And so did you.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. I wore my D-Mob suit.
It was Air Force Blue.
Well, now I'm getting old.
That suit is too. How you would love, and I would soften.
Well, I still love now, but not so often. Ah, yes. I remember it well.
And now for the go-ahead, don't look back, it's right behind you, tingling scene of Radio Balls Pond Road.
Hello, waiter. There's a fly in my soup. Waiter, to get to the other side. That didn't go too well, eh, Terry? Must be good, can't be bad.
I beg your pardon?
It can't be any worse.
Balls Pond Road is wonderful.
Now, this is the point of the show where we invite listeners to phone in with any queries or comments on topics of the moment. Now, the Postmaster General has had a special hookup, but what he does in his own time is entirely his own affair. Ah, there's the phone now. I said, there's the phone now. Well, it seems we're having a little technical difficulty at the moment. Hello?
I have a query regarding a member of your cast. Can Betty Marsden...
Yes?
That's all.
Oh. Hello?
Me and my mate's been having an argument. Is C.P. Snow the real mother of David Frost? I say yes, they say no.
Well, it's not an easy question to answer, Mr. What did you say your name was?
Frost, David Frost.
Oh, that's my other phone. Hello?
I'm answering your advertisement in Posing Brief Quarterly.
I think you've got the wrong number.
Oh, no. I've got the advertisement here. I'll read it. Mature, sexy man about town wishes to meet petite young widow interested in photography, ballroom dancing and physical culture. Object.
Well, I don't think we need to bore the listeners with all that.
Well, I'm gay.
Yes, I'm sure you are, yes. But the position's filled.
Oh.
Goodbye. Extraordinary. And all I wanted was some keys cut, too. Funny, I wonder how she got my number.
We've all got your number.
Hello. It's for you, Betty.
Is it a man?
A man, yes.
Is he just breathing heavily over the phone?
Yes.
Not saying anything. Just that infernal breathing.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be the butcher. Tell him to send half a pound of stewing steak and some liver for the cat.
Did you get that? Yes, and the same to your good lady, too. Well, that's all the calls we got time for this week, but if you've got anything you want to air, well, there's a cupboard on the landing. Here now is a man we'd all like to. Well, he'd like to himself, but things being what they are, he's merely going to sing. Rambling Sid Rumpo, whom Dobbyroids preserve.
I
Hello, me dearios, and hello, dear. Here is a Sussex air about an old man who plays knick-knacks in various places. And it goes after this fashion, brightly, but with great nerve.
This old man, he plays knick-knacks with a hot cross bun. Knick-knack and a back, give a dog a flute. This old man wordles like a newt. Well, they do, you know, when they get to a certain age. But what the eye don't see, the art don't grieve her. This old man, he plays too. He plays knick-knacks up the flue. Knick-knack and a back, give a dog a chop. The old man nudges round the clock. Picturesque, isn't it? This old man, he plays three. He plays knick-knacks for a fee. Knick-knack and a back, give a dog a punch. The old man grunges after lunch. Well, you do tend to after every meal. This old man, he plays four. He plays knick-knacks till he's sore. Knick-knack and a back, give a dog a kick. The old man bogles with a pick. Oh yeah, thank you. I won't weary you with verses 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Suffice it to say that each verse gets more ethnic. Among other things. But eventually comes verse 10. This old man, he plays 10. See him trundling up Big Ben. Knick-knack and a back, give a dog a bone. If you want any more, you can woggle your own. Woggle your own.
From time to time, I clear those things out of my wardrobe that I don't really want. For instance, the milkman. Several moths, a chap called Arbuthnot, who appears to be a friend of my wife, and of course old clothes, and nobody will give you much for them. So when a card was pushed through my door which read, "Boner rags, we pay top prices for Omi's left-offs," I called them up, and the following morning they came round. The door's open, troll in.
Oh, hello, I'm Julian, and this is my friend Sandy.
Hello, Mr. Orndackley. Oh, lovely. Playing at a Bardierique. We're gentlemen's misfits.
Yeah. No. What Sam means is we're interested in anything reasonable in gentlemen's clothes.
Yes, that's true. No, it's true. Yeah. We are the actual joint managing directors of Boner. Our Boner Used Clothing Limited branches in Queensway and Mincing Lane.
Our motto is, before you throw it away, show it to us.
We may have an home for it. For instance, that bundle of rags. It may seem a useless load of old tack, but we'll take it off you.
Yeah, but that's the suit I'm wearing.
Oh, if that's what he's hanging on to, I dread to think of what he's throwing away.
Oh, come on, let's have a vada at his yush.
Clothing, that's translator's note.
Right. Well, just open the wardrobe. Oh, here, look, his wardrobe.
Oh, what a nafflock.
It's a bit cold, isn't it?
He never wears one of them.
He does.
He don't.
He does. You can tell by the bulge under his cardigan. Make a note, Jewel. One Gents Edwardian Foundation.
Oh, kinky.
Look, if you want the correct name, it's a brace-right midriff support.
Oh, brace right. It's a bit Isherwood's Berlin, if you ask me. Still, we'll slip you half a crown.
Yes, it's worth it for the scrap metal alone.
Yeah.
All we weird. They're nice.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Here, those silver metallic high-heeled shoes, the one with the springs on them.
They're shoe trees.
Oh. Oh, they were a bit small around the ankle.
Let's see what else there is. Oh, look, there's one gent's DB dinner jacket with contrasting skirt.
That's a kilt.
Oh, anything else, Jewel?
One moth-eaten Shetland tweed. Oh! Look! He's got a baggy old Harris.
I'll say yes. Right, 5 bob the lot now. Let's have a rummage through his drawers.
Yeah. Don't move!
Why?
Don't
What?
move!
What?
There's something red and hairy lurking behind his socks.
Oh, it's nasty. Is it with the trouser breast?
No, careful. That's, look, promise you won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
That's my wig. I wear it for special occasions.
Like Halloween? Put it down, Jewel. One naff Irish.
Oh. No, we don't want that, do we?
Yes, we do. It come in handy as a tea cozy, or we can use it for wiping down the horse when he sweats. Oh, what are these?
Well, it's my old rugby kit. I'll throw that in.
Don't mention rugby to Jewel. Oh, don't you mention that to him. Oh, here. He's sworn never to touch a pair of rugby shorts again. No, Dick, no, listen, Duffy. After what happened?
He swore he'd never tell.
Go on, tell Mr. Horne about it. Go on, tell him.
No.
Go on, let yourself go. Purge yourself. Purge.
Well, when I was younger, I had a friend who was a wasp.
You mean that Jock?
Yes, Jock. Oh, great big butch homie he was. Yes, bigger than that. Huge bulging lallies in his ears. Eat like a great Greek god.
Greek god.
Oh, yes. We went to hairdressing school together. Anyway, Duck, he used to play rugby of a Saturday and he asked me to make up the number one week. Well, everything went well till halfway through the match.
What happened?
Well, I completely misunderstood the meaning of a forward pass.
Shame. No, but don't worry, Jewel. It's all under the pont now. Nice your actual French. Now, you feel better now that you've got that off your chest. You feel better, don't you,
Thank
Jewel?
you for making me say
Yes,
it.
you purged.
Yes, I have. I
Purged
feel I have purged myself. Yes.
All right, then, we'll take the rugger kit and the suit.
We'll take your entire wardrobe, 30 bob the lot, 30 bob.
Only 30 shillings?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you throw in that suit you're wearing, we'll make it 25 bob.
Done. I know a bargain when I see one. And where will you dispose of the stuff? To distressed gentlefolk?
Oh, no, there's no point in adding to their distress. We've got a different outlet, Mr. Horne.
Well, I'd like to know my cast-offs will go where they're appreciated.
Oh, they will, Mr. Horne. You see, we've got a contract to supply the clowns at Bertram Mills Circus.
Goodbye. Goodbye. And I must say it makes me feel nostalgic every Christmas to see Bobo the Clown slipping on a banana skin and falling on my Harris. Well, that's it, except for this week's motto, which is, love is where you find it, if you know where to look. Cheerio, see you next week.
That was Round the Horne, starring Kenneth Horne, with Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick and Betty Marsden. On the musical side, you had the Max Harris Group. The script was written by Barry Tooke, Johnnie Mortimer and Brian Cooke, and Donald Webster. And the show is produced by John Simmons.
Well, let's have the verdict. Have I got to have any out?
Yes, I think I'm going to have to extract that one. It's rotten.
Oh, dear, that'll leave a gap.
I'm afraid that can't be helped. If I leave it in, there may be trouble later. That one's going to have to come out too, and that one, and that one.
And now that the producer has cut the lines he doesn't like, here is what's left of Round the Horne.
Welcome to the show. First, we're privileged to hear a short address from the Archbishop of Tring.
505 Old Compton Street. Ring twice and ask for Colette.
Thank you, sir. It's always useful to know where one can find a good chiropodist. Well, now, the answers to last week's crossword competition. Now, for one across, the clue was what you throw across your bed in cold weather. Now, the answer was eiderdown. Mr. C.J. Reticule of Hove came up with another suggestion, but I'm afraid it's a little too short. My bed is, anyway. Now, the answer to 7 down is dozing, and the clue being about to drop off. I kind of feeling that some of the alternative answers I got serve to underline the basic pessimism of our time. 3 down can be seen in Hyde Park was, of course, the Serpentine. However, thank you for your long and colourful letter, Mr. Nudge. Mr. Nudge, ruminant of Chorley. I had no idea you were watching at the time. Forward, Smith.
Sir, we continue with the latest in our Movie Go Wrong series. This week, a radio adaptation of a film that has recently been released, mainly for lack of evidence. Pornographic Productions present a stirring story of racing cars and the daredevil men who drive them. Relatively Grand Prix.
My name is Jones, and after some of the names I've been given in this series, I can hardly believe my luck. My full name is... Goose-Vestular Jones. Oh, well, I build high-powered cars and race them. It's rather pointless, really. They always beat me. As our story opens, I'm standing in the pits at the racetrack at Silverstone, and beside me is the sleek, powerful brute which my mechanic has been busy with all night. My daughter, Wilhelmina.
Oh, Daddy, we will win this race if we just have faith. I know we will. Say you believe it too. Say we'll win. Say it.
Well, I will if you like, but we haven't actually entered a car.
Oh, Daddy, why not? Are you having trouble with blocked-up lubricating points again?
Well, not since I started taking the tablets, no.
The scene shifts to Jones's car works. 2 mechanics working on a new racing car. One adjusts the gearbox, while the other is half hidden under a long green bonnet.
I do wish you wouldn't wear that long green bonnet. People are talking about it.
Let them talk. One day I shall be a great racing driver. One day my name will be on everybody's lips.
Yeah, so you say, young filter tip. Now go on with you. Otherwise I'll raise my sporran at you. Have you tuned the engine?
Of course I've tuned the engine. Listen.
You call that tuning, you young lackaddies? Your diminished be naturals flat.
It's the heat.
Ah, Jock, I've just returned from Silverstone. How are you getting on with my pride and joy?
Well, yesterday I gave her a thorough going over with me oily rag.
He means the car, you fool.
Well, see for yourself.
I, Douglas Smith, am playing the car, hereafter known as the Douglas Smith Special. I mention this for my many admirers, particularly perhaps for Mrs. Jocasta Tweed of Peckham. Thank you very much for your charming letter and the Fair Isle sock. It was delicious.
Oh, get on with it, Smith.
Sir, I stand over the inspection pit, my well-waxed body gleaming. I've just been fully serviced by Mr. Williams.
Would you believe it? All we need now is a driver for the big race at Marital in the south of France. Everybody is interested in the Prix Marital.
That pardon is the official entry for Britain in the Eurovision Most Contrived Joke of the Year contest.
Oh, let me do it, sir. I can do it, honestly, I can. I've often done it when nobody was looking. All round the garage. And out into the streets sometimes.
You, young Jimmy,
Yes.
drive at Marital?
Yes.
It's a tricky and skillful course.
I'm tricky and skillful and coarse.
Very well. I'll give you a quick test on your knowledge of the car.
Right, yes.
Now, what's the technical term for this?
A wheel.
And this.
A wheel.
And this.
A wheel.
And this.
A jam donut.
Well, no, it's another wheel, actually. Still.
Oh, you wrong.
No.
You cheat me.
No, I'm not. It is a wheel. Still 3 out of 4 isn't bad. You can drive in the Prix Marital. This is your big chance, Jimmy, but look out for Enrico Lassagne, the big Italian. He'll try and get on your tail.
Oh, watch it. I'll win this race, sir. Not just for you, sir, but also for Miss Wilhelmina, your daughter, whom I've long worshipped from a distance, assisted by powerful binoculars.
I see, and how does she feel?
I haven't had the chance to find out yet. If I win this race, I shall go to her and press my suit.
Well, I should press your suit before you go, love you. Incidentally, where is she?
Mr. Jones,
Yes,
Mr.
what's
Jones,
it, Jones?
the Italian driver is under the starter's flag and Miss Wilhelmina's under there with him.
Oh, this is too much. For years I've watched her giving her favours to other men, and she doesn't even know I'm there. At least I hope she doesn't.
Never mind her. You got a job to do. Get into that Douglas Smith special and warm him up.
Right.
Vroom, vroom.
I've got him going.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
His bucket seat's comfy, I'll say that.
Vroom, vroom. Young Filtertip selected his gear, a fetching duck egg blue overall with lemon yellow driving gloves, and drove off to the starting line. My daughter approached.
Oh, my Daddy, surely you're not driving. Why are you wearing a shiny pink crash helmet?
I'm not.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that young mechanic's driving. By heavens, he's got pluck, hasn't he? You got to hand it to him.
I haven't got to do anything of the sort.
There goes the starter's flag, and they're away. And he's won.
Eh?
Well, it's a tricky course, but quite short. Ah, here he comes.
Oh, I've done it. I've done it.
Yes, you have done it. In the Douglas Smith special, too.
Yes, done it.
Here, Jimmy, take the wreath, the laurel and the hardy, and this large silver cup for your sideboard.
Let's fill it with champagne.
Good idea. And so we filled his sideboard with champagne, and I toasted his victory from a brimming cutlery drawer. Here's to many more such races.
Monaco!
Jock, it's close. It's close. It's desperately close.
Oh, I beg your pardon, miss.
Jimmy's only half a lap ahead. Look, he's coming in for a pit stop.
Oil. I need more oil.
Here you are, James.
Oh, it's better my hair was blown all over the place.
Nürburgring!
Daddy, look, Jimmy's got his nose in front.
Well, most of us have.
I think he's going to pull it off. Oh, wait. Oh, Daddy, look, he is slewing all over the track.
Well, that may well get him disqualified. No, he's heading for the finishing line.
Oh, he's past it.
Yes, I've often thought that myself.
As success followed success, young Jimmy changed. There was something different about him. I couldn't put my finger on it. Indeed, I didn't want to put my finger on it. But he wasn't the same shy lad.
Call this hotel. I put my boots out last night and they haven't even been licked properly. And another thing, these autograph hunters, I'm sick and tired of having to run up and down the corridors. Put them all in one place where I can catch them at once.
Oh, Jimmy, I think it's going to your head.
What is?
This vase, if you go on like that. Oh, What happened to that shy, freckled-faced, snub-nosed little fellow we all liked?
He's in the wardrobe.
Yes, I am. I'm sorting through some of his old socks. He wants them framed and presented to the nation. Oh, you've changed, Jim, son, you've changed. Judging by these socks, not often enough.
As a successful Grand Prix driver, young Jimmy was the toast of the continent. He was seen at the gayest parties. He began to give himself airs. He grew a moustache, for instance. Oh, give himself airs. I love that. He fell in with loose women. The hectic pace began to affect his performance and the one thing he really cared about. And his driving suffered too. He lost race after race.
Well, speaking as the Douglas Smith special, sir, I do resent his crude handling lately. He doesn't give me a chance to warm up. He's got no consideration, and another thing, he takes so many chances. He never wears a crash helmet or anything.
Well, I'll speak to him about it.
Oh, what a fool I've been! Looking back, I see where I went wrong. I see it all.
Oh?
Should have played the Douglas Smith part. He got more laughs than I did.
Well, never mind that. If we don't win a big race soon, my company will go bankrupt. We'll have to change the name from Jones's Car Works to Jones's Car Doesn't Work.
I'll do it, sir. I'll do it, sir. Sir, I do.
Yeah.
Enter me for the big race next week.
He's doing it by the great hairy legs of Flora MacDonald. He's up among the leaders.
He's pulling away into the street. He's won.
I did it, Mr. Jones, sir. I won for you.
Well done, Filter Tip. This will go down in racing history. The day the Douglas Smith special, driven by you, beat every horse in the Derby. So much for this week's production. Next week we'll be showing you something which deeply impressed our leading film critic and had him sitting on the edge of his seat. Yes, it's a broken spring. And now, let's roll back the carpet and see what that smell is under the floorboard, shall we? Why, it's a medley of songs for swinging epicures, rendered in rather the same way as you render fat by the Round the Horne Spondling Chorale.
Nice cup of tea in the morning, for the start of the day, you see. I'd love about 11, well, my idea of heaven is a nice cup of tea. I'd like a nice cup of tea with my dinner, and a nice cup of tea with my tea. And when it's time for bed, there's a lot to be said. For a nice cup of tea, I do need Rosie, a nice cup of tea.
I was weaned on cucumber, and on my wedding day, sitting down to supper when the guests had gone away, my old darling said to me,
You must be hungry, Joe. What is it you fancy?
I said, fancy? Don't you know? I like pickled onions. I like piccalilli. Pickled cabbage is all right with a bit of cold meat on Sunday night. I can go tomatoes, but what I do prefer is a little bit of cucumber. Well, several years of married life have brought me lots of joys. I don't know how many girls, I think it's 14 boys. When the last one came to town, it nearly turned my head. It was marked with a cucumber. And the first words that it said were...
I like pickled onions. I like piccalilli. Pickled cabbage is all right with a bit of cold meat on Sunday night. I can go tomatoes, but what I do prefer
is a little bit of cucumber, a little bit of cucumber. Hit-a-lida, hit-a-lida, hot-a-lida.
There lives a man, I'd like you all to know. He grew a great big marrow for the local flower show. And when the story got around, they came from far and wide. And when the people saw the marrow, everybody cried, "Oh, what a beauty! I've never seen one as big as that before. Oh, what a beauty! It must be 2 foot long or even more. It's such a lovely colour and so nice and round and fat. I never thought a marrow could grow as big as that. Oh, what a beauty! I've never seen one as big as that before." He was leaning on the garden gate the other day and beckoned to a lady who lives across the way. Took her down the garden path and showed it her with pride. And when she saw the size of it, the little lady sighed, "Oh, what a beauty! I've never seen one as big as that before. Oh, what a beauty! It must be 2 foot long or even more. With such a lovely colour and nice and round and fat, I never thought a marrow could grow as big as that. Oh, what a beauty! I've never seen one as big as that before. I mean me marrow. I've never seen one as big as that before."
Now for 12 solid hours of imitation commercial breaks. Fasten your seat belts and stuff in your earplugs. It's Radio Ballspawn Road.
It's your number one DJ from a great height, Swingy Ring-a-Ding-Dingy.
Simon D.
Cade.
Hi there. A man came rushing into a pub. Said the landlord, "Tell me, are there any penguins round here?" The landlord said, "No, sir." The man says, "Then I've just run over a chocolate biscuit." Wait a minute. Is it my timing that's wrong?
Well, yes, you shouldn't have got up.
Ballspawn Road is wonderful.
And this is the point in our show where we invite listeners to phone in with any queries or comments on topics of the moment. Hello.
Hello. Would you be Jimmy Young?
No, would you?
Not for £1 million. You're Kenneth Horne, aren't you?
Yes.
Can you answer a question about one of the cast of your show?
Well, I'll try.
Well, my question is this. Is Kenneth Williams the same person that I knew once in Houndsditch? He had long blonde ringlets, yes, little apple cheeks, and wore the cutest little romper suit. And he wouldn't be parted from his raggedy old teddy bear that he always called Sebastian. He always used to sit on my knee and call me Nana.
How long ago was this, Nana?
Last Tuesday.
Disgrace.
Ah, there's my other phone. Hello.
Hello. I'm phoning to complain about the filth on radio and television. It seems that all you people think about up there is sex. It's all right for you theatricals, but what about us decent, ordinary people? We've had enough of sex, and I'm not just speaking for myself, but also for my wife and 43 children.
That Basil Brush has a lot to answer for, doesn't he? Hello, Horne here.
I know you, but you don't know me.
An arrangement that suits me perfectly.
I know where you were last Friday night. Our photographs of you with the feathers. And an incriminating tape recording of you in the French loaf. And I know all about Pearlie and the dance on the mirrors. I even have a piece of salami as evidence. Yes, I know all about you, and I'll tell what I know. I shall hound you remorselessly unless we can come to some financial arrangement.
But this is blackmail.
Call it what you like.
All right, this is ipecacuanha. Ipecacuanha is an ugly word.
Well, how about crepe de chine? That's prettier.
All right, then, this is crepe de chine. But you'll never get away with it. It clashes with your eyes.
Oh, does it, Mr. Clever Dick Horne? Well, unless the money's left in the usual place next Sunday morning, I shall knock to the Rozzers.
Well, don't worry. There'll be an extra 2 shillings in the plate, and thank you for calling, Vicar.
Okay.
Well, that's all the calls we have time for, but don't forget, if you have any queries, don't bother us. We've got enough of our own. But now a man whose work has been spread over many fields. It's double yield rambling Sid Rumper.
Hello, my dear ears, and since we last met, I've been where few men have been, and seen what few men have seen, and got off with a £5 fine. And my air this week tells something of my peregrinations. It goes jauntily, but painfully.
As I was going to Goose-Snadger's Fair, singing, loomers on me posset, I met a maiden trundling a bear, falderie. Her bogles were blue, they jangled about, till the grunge on my cord wangle nearly fell out. Singing, Nadger Julie Felix, singing, Riddle Simon D. Kind sir, pray woggle my gimp if you can, singing, loomers on me posset. For you I can see are a free scroping man. Falderie, so I woggled her gimp till her welkin rang. And as I woggled this tune I sang.
Right, it's a good trick if you can do it.
Airy, fairy, Peter, Paul and Mary, airy, fairy, Wordle, Simon D.
And so say all of us. Now, the other day I was leafing through my copy of the Lady Wrestler's Home Journal, which I buy for the fat stock prices, and I noticed this advertisement which said, Boner Male Model Agency, New Eeks Wanted. And I thought I'd give it a try. After all, my manhood is burgeoning, and besides pin money is always handy. So I decided to pop down to their address in Chelsea. The sign on the door said, knock and troll gracefully in. So I knocked and trolled. Hello, anybody there?
Oh, hello, I'm Julian, and this is my friend Sandy.
Oh, hello. Oh, right. Oh, you can tell me. Oh, it's Mr. Horne.
Well, I'd like to register with you.
Well, you won't looking like that.
What's that you're wearing, a fanfare?
No, matter of fact, it's an Angora cardigan. It's stretched in the wash.
Oh, you'll have to drag yourself up if you want to join our clientele. All our models are hand-picked. Hand-picked.
Through these portals of Minced England's top male models.
Top male model.
We trained Conrad Montfalcon.
Montfalcon.
I don't think I know the name.
Oh, you must have seen him. Does a lot of advertising work now. You seen that one where this great butch home is on a building site and he's squatting there with his mates rolling his own? Oh, that's Conrad.
Yeah, well, not all of him.
No,
not all
no,
of him,
no,
Jules.
True.
It's his hands in the close-up. It's his hands in that commercial where they're pouring the disinfectant down the sink. And it's his hands that stay as soft as your face. His hands have been everywhere.
Oh, yes, there's not an Omi in the country who's not familiar with Conrad's hands.
Not an Omi. Of course, he hasn't always been Conrad Montfalcon.
Of course he hasn't.
No, that's slow. Yeah. No, we give him that name when we first knew him, remember? First knew him. Just plain Wally then, wasn't it?
Wally McWhirter.
Wally McWhirter. Very romantic how you first met him. Tell him about it, Jewel. Tell him, go on.
No,
Tell him.
I don't like to. No.
Go on, you tell him.
No, only it's hurtful looking.
Go on,
No,
tell him.
no, well, it is.
Unburden yourself, Jewel.
No.
Go on.
No,
That's you good. Bring it out in the open.
Well,
Go on, bring it out.
Well, it would never have happened if I'd had the change.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I had the change for the milkman.
Oh.
Because that's what he was once, Conrad. I didn't have the change for £1, and he come round to my laddie for his Christmas bar.
So Jewel invited him in while he raided his sixpenny bottle.
Yeah.
Jewel invited him in. Yeah. Go on, go on.
Then I saw him stood there on my half landing. He'd highlighted in the rays of the morning sun.
Oh.
And I could see his great possibilities.
Yes, you could see it, you see. Oh. You see it, you see. And of course the rest is history, isn't it?
History, yes.
History. We groomed him. We trained him, and now he is England's top male model.
Yes, of course he's left us now.
Yes, left us now. But what we did for him, we can do for you.
Surely my possibilities are not as great as his.
Don't run yourself down, Heartface. Admittedly, you haven't got the fashionable flat-chested look.
Nor the pre-Raphaelite eek.
You can say that again. Yes. He's more your Goya's horrors of war. Still, he's got something.
Yes, he has something.
Let's see you walk up and down, Mr. Horne.
Like this?
No, mince tall.
Pull your stomach in.
Yeah.
Or whatever that bulge is.
Yeah. Let's see them hips go. Ducky, you've got 'em. That's it, yeah. Use them.
Yes.
Yes.
Now look haughty.
Wet your lips.
Smolder.
Well, what do you think?
Well, frankly, Ducky, it's a bit Hildegard naff.
Aren't I any good for TV commercials?
Well, we might pass you off as a pea that can't get in the packet. Look, go on, Jewel. You show him.
What?
Show him how to do it. Look at the way he trolls. There, look at him trolling up and down. Whoa, Valda, that insolent eek. Look at his eek. Oh, what a... like a thoroughbred.
A thoroughbred what?
Oh, and he bowled. Oh, here, though. He's picking it up, you know. Have a look at Jewel, Mr. Horne. He's freaking out.
I'm freaking.
He's freaking out. Now he's freaking back in again. Oh, what a mover. He's a lovely mover, Mr. Horne. Oh, faster he goes, faster. Now, do you think you could learn to do what he's doing?
You mean split the seams of my trousers?
Now, look. Turn, Jewel. Watch him, Mr. Horne. He's on the turn. Now, that's beautiful. Isn't it? That's beautiful. That's fantabulous.
We'll have you walking like that in a few weeks, Mr. Horne.
Will you?
Yes, well, you can hardly avoid it when you're wearing leather trousers.
Well, do you want to sign on?
Well, do you think I should?
Well, if you don't, we haven't got a tag for the sketch.
All right, I'll sign.
No, don't sign Kenneth Horne.
Why not?
My name's not right.
No.
No, you'll want something more classy if you're going to be a male model.
Well, what do you suggest?
Something,
well, something with a bit of glamour about it.
Glamour,
Yes,
you see, yes.
Yes.
Like Garbo.
Garbo Horne?
No,
never.
No, well, Jean Harlow, then.
Can't call him Jean.
No, Harlow!
Arlo Horne?
Yes.
Oh, he's got something, but Horne's not right.
What about thingy that owe me with Twiggy? What's his name? Justin.
Yes, that's him. Justin de Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. Bossa Nova. No, I'm wrong. Villeneuve.
Well, that's a bit French for me. I'm backing Britain.
In that case, our money's on Tristan de Cunha.
Couldn't you anglicise it?
Yes, all right, let's see now. Nerve is new.
Yes.
Veals Town.
So there we are. That's your new name now.
What is?
Harlow Newtown.
Cheerio. Well, I didn't adopt it. I mean, if you're going to change your name to that of a place, you might as well pick somewhere you feel at home. So that's what I've done. So, don't forget, tune in next week to the next episode of Round the Leighton Buzzard. Cheerio. See you, Rural District Council permitting, next week. Bye.
That was Round the Horne, starring Kenneth Horne, with Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick and Betty Marsden. The music was provided by the Max Harris Group, and the script was by Barry Took, Johnnie Mortimer and Brian Cooke, and Donald Webster. The show is produced by John Simmons.
Prisoner at the bar, we have heard the evidence against you. The incident with the glue and the banana has been verified by the entire Luton Girls' Choir. There is far too much of this sort of thing going on, far too much. I did it myself only last Tuesday. The matter of the rubber duck and the shooting stick is even more serious. Indeed, it was some hours before traffic in Oxford Street returned to normal. Have you anything to say before I pronounce the sentence?
Sentence? What sentence?
This sentence. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Round the Horne!
Hello and welcome to the show. Now, first a police message to all motorists turning south off the coast road at Brighton. Don't do it, you'll get wet. All right, now then, your letters. Worried Green Eyes of Aldershot writes in with a question about see-through blouses. Well, there are many ways of looking at these. I personally prefer the sidelong glance, but I see no reason why you shouldn't wear one, Worried Green Eyes, providing the other chaps in your barrack room don't object. Mr. J.D. of Kilburn writes to me on Indian bus conductors' turbans, and I do wish he'd used notepaper. Couldn't read a thing. Forward, Smith.
Sir, we continue our Movie Go Wrong series with yet another film adaptation. Lately, the hard-bitten Private Eye story is making a comeback, and we've decided to put a stop to it. Hornographic Productions proudly, indeed brazenly present... Big Broads Don't Squeal. Except for Emily Bulstrode, but that's another story. And a much more interesting one, if you ask me.
Oh, shut up, Smith. My name is Hank Fist, a private detective. I'm the biggest gumshoe in town. More of a gumboot, really. I hang out in downtown Chicago, but that's also another story. July 15, it's 2 a.m. in my office. It's 5:30 everywhere else. But my clock has stopped. The door opens and someone comes in. It's a scruffy old man in a baggy blue suit.
I am Nelson D. Nudgefeller, millionaire. I'm looking for a private detective, and you were recommended.
I was cautious. Well, I had to be. Come in and sit down. Drink?
Well?
I uncorked the bottle of bourbon and gave him 2 fingers.
And the same to you. Now listen, Mr. Fist. This is an important assignment. I want you to put a tail on my wife.
Well, if you think she won't mind.
I suspect she is planning to kill me. I'm not certain, but it's just little things. Like this morning, she ran over me in the car 3 times.
And this made you suspicious?
A little. I was in the living room.
I wondered whether to take the case. He saw my indecision and pushed a handful of green stuff across the desk. It was broccoli. I'll do it.
Good!
I paused only to strap on my gat. Well, my doctor advises it. And headed uptown. 7 p.m, Big Nick's Uptown Dive. I'm at the bar looking round at the worn carpet and the peeling stucco. That's Ethel Stucco, the stripper. She's been dancing in Big Nick's for years. I watch her and wonder if she'll come across. She usually does.
Hi there, Curly.
Well, this was, of course, some years ago.
Listen, Hank, I gotta tell you something. Somebody's out to get you. His name is... gasp, splutter, choke.
She stiffened, one eye glazed over than the other. Sort of double glazing.
Hank, I've had it. I've had it.
Well, most of us have at one time or another. She was dead. I poured myself a bourbon and took a slug. They'd run out of crisps and peanuts. Suddenly, something hard and cold was pressed into my back.
Don't move. This ain't no banana. Hang on, up with them.
I raised my eyebrows.
Not your eyebrows, you fool. Your hands, you know I am. I'm Pretty Boy O'Prady. And Big Nick wants to see you.
At this point, the scene shifts to the penthouse of Big Nick, gangling, gangland, gambler. By Jove, I've been dreading that.
I am Big Nick, in a long black overcoat and a couple of hoods on either side.
Nice.
In Chicago, I am known as the kink of the underworld.
Well, that can't be right.
No, it ain't, but I blame the environment. Listen, you private dicks make me sick. I'm a big man round these parts.
You're a big man round those parts, too.
Shut up! One more crack and Pretty Boy here will put the high-heel shoe in.
Just give me 5 minutes alone with him, boss. I've got ways of my own.
It was now or never. I dived for the light switch, fumbling for my gat, skillfully portrayed by Douglas Smith.
Meow, meow, sir.
Meow? I said gat, Smith. Gat, it's obsolete American slang for gun.
Oh, I thought it was a misprint. Well, I've rehearsed it all week. You can't expect me to change characterization now, sir.
Oh, very well. I ducked through the window and onto the fire escape. I fired twice.
Meow, meow.
This is humiliating. I fired again. The bullet ricocheted.
Meow, meow.
There he is, boss. He's hiding behind the dustbin. He's making a break for it. Now he's making a clutch and an accelerator. He's driving away in it.
There was no time to waste. We were 5 pages into the sketch and nothing had happened. I drove straight to the Nudgerfellow estate. There was a blonde dame beside the swimming pool. I flashed my credentials at her. She looked interested.
Oh, so you're Hank Fist. I'm Lavinia Nudgerfellow. Young, vibrant, alive. My husband's 60, and I'm 23. 23.
A remarkably thin woman.
Yeah, I'll give it to you straight, Hank.
You haven't got much choice, have you?
Somebody's out to get you, and I know who. His name is... choke, splutter, gasp.
She went rigid, then teetered on the edge of the swimming pool and began to topple.
If I were a rich man...
She'd been shot by a .22 sound effects man fitted with a silencer. Suddenly, Nelson D. Nudgerfellow stepped out of the shadows.
My wife has been shot. The woman to whom all this wealth really belonged until her death, when it all passed to me, and who was about to change her will in favor of somebody else, and whom I only married so I could get my hands on her vast resources.
And you can't put it more crudely than that.
Should have seen the original version.
Yes, somebody shot her. It was you. You. Fortunately, I phoned the police half an hour ago, just on the off chance.
The scene changes to the 57th Precinct House. Lieutenant Capelli of the Chicago Police is talking. He's tough, hard-bitten, and 3 feet tall. He's not much cop.
Okay, Buster, it's the chair for you this time. The chair, you understand?
Oh, thank you. I sat down.
Right, now this time we got you, Hanky.
He always called me that mainly because I got up his nose.
Okay, the way I see it is this. There's somebody out to get you, and his name is...
He began to sag and fell flat, not unlike this plot. There were 2 small round holes in his head.
They're my nostrils.
Oh, yes. Well, above them, a bullet wound. I knew that whoever was after me wasn't far away, but who was it, and why was he after
It's
me?
me, I admit it.
You, Williams?
Who else? I'm sick of playing second fiddle. Yes. If I can get rid of you, I'll be the star of this show. We can change the title. It'll be Round the Williams. Yes, I can get all the laughs. Hello and welcome to the show, I'll say. First a warning or an apology or answer some stupid competition that never took place. Anyone can do that rubbish. Anyone can do it.
All right, I heard you. You leave me no choice. Forward, Smith.
Sir, meow, meow.
Ah! He's got me. He's got me.
And he's welcome to you, Williams.
Oh, I've been killed by a pussy.
And now a tribute to the film stars and the films they made way back in the 30s and 40s that even today are remembered by anyone anywhere who has a television set.
Thank you very much for my friend Irma.
Thank you very much, thank you very, very much. Thanks to Errol Flynn for winning Burma. Thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you very much to Elisha Cooke.
Thank you very much, thank you very, very much. Thanks to John Wayne for saving Tobruk. Thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you very much for Diana Dawes.
Thank you very much, thank you very, very much.
Playing a selection of various ladies. Thank you very, very, very much.
There was no one who was loonier than the Hunchback of Notre Dame, as played by immortal Lon Chaney Jr.
Thank you very much for Sonia Heaney.
Thank you very much, thank you very, very much. But we can't say the same for Michael Reaney. Thank you very, very, very much.
Lauren Bacall, Essed Zackall,
Fastest gun singing nun.
Gloria Swanson, Samuel Bronson.
Thelma Ritter, my friend Flicker.
Thank you very much, thank you very, 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 very much.
Oh, you film stars, you do things to me. Oscar and Mulker and Regis too.
Thank you very much for Charlton Heston.
Thank you very much, thank you very, very much. And Marlon Brando with his vest on. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much for Miss Haley Mills. Thank you very, very, very
much.
And now for children of all ages, it's Roaring, Boring Radio Balls Pond Road.
Hi, folks. It seems there's this big fire, and the first fireman up the ladder saw this one behind him. He said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Ghana." And the first fireman said, "That's funny. The Trinidad Brigade haven't arrived yet." No? Oh. Oh, well, can't be bad. Well, not as bad as last week.
And now we have with us our very own Good Foods by Epicurious. His epi isn't what it was, but he's still as curious as ever.
Yeah. This week I supped at the Silver Slipper in Cirencester. Sad to say, there was no wine list since the establishment had no license. It was dry.
Was being the operative word.
Yes. The Silver Steed, with its succulent sausage, surpassed expectations. The side dishes were superb. My only criticism concerns the serviettes. They were damp.
And what about the service?
Simply splendid. As a matter of fact, one serving wench was so inspired by me, and I by her, that I took her some nasturtiums from a nearby vase and gave her a spray.
Oh, wonderful gesture.
Yes, wasn't it? Later, I suggested an assignation at some suitable spot, and I started to whisper endearments into her shell-like.
Yes, and how did you get on?
Disappointing, singularly disappointing. For some strange reason, she refused to remove her mackintosh.
Very, very sad, wasn't it? Anyway, now to the part of the show where people phone in to discuss their problems and air their views. Here's the first call now. Hello?
Hello, my friend and I are interested in Kenneth Williams. We don't have the TV and we don't know what he looks like. Could you give us a description?
Yes, well, he's about 7 hands high. Boyish face, fresh complexion, flaring nostrils, smouldering eyes, and smoking ears.
And how does he dress?
In the dark, from the look of him. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, today he's wearing a beautiful grey lounge suit with a matching cardigan, a light blue shirt. It's a junior miss size. Does that answer your question?
Yes, hold on to him, sir. Fits the description we have. We'll send a squad car round in no time.
There's my other phone.
Mr. Horne?
Yes?
I have a question on etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
What is the correct mode of address for a High Court judge? Is it Your Grace, Your Excellency, Your Eminence, or Your Worship?
Well, the correct way to address a High Court judge is my lud.
Thanks. Oh, you, me lad, get out of bed and get off home!
Hello? Hello, Mr. Gunfuttock. Yes, I'll pass your message on to Miss Marsden. Was there anything else?
Yes. On your programme, you poke the finger of scoff at a certain minority group of which I am an esteemed member.
Oh. What group is that?
Dirty old men. I am a dirty old man of many years standing and...
You're standing and what?
Peering through keyholes. It's not fair to make fun of us, Mr. Horne. And speaking as a dirty old man, it hurts me.
Well, if it hurts you, give it up. And that's all. That's all the phone calls we have time for this week. But if you've got something you feel strongly about and want to get it out in the open...
Well, I am.
Well, I advise you to wait till the warmer weather. Now then, here to give you her impressions of London as a young visitor from the Antipodes, Miss Judy Cooleybar.
Good on you, Bluey. Keep your hands to yourself.
I beg your pardon?
Just a friendly warning. I know you pommies, you're sex mad. For all I know, you might have enticed me here on a pretext, just so you can do unspeakable things to me.
No, I wouldn't dream of it.
You're a raving fairy or something?
Oh.
Bluey, I've noticed the men over here. They all avoid looking at me. It shows what's on the mind.
One fella on the tube sat opposite. He didn't look at me for nearly half an hour, the dirty swine. In the end, I had to swipe him with my tucker bag.
Yes, well, we're not all like that.
No?
No, I haven't got tucker bags, for one thing.
No, Bly? What about all those obscene statues you got in England, eh? I mean, that little fella in Piccadilly Circus, huh? You seen that thing he's pointing down Shaftesbury Avenue?
His burn arrow?
Call it what you like. It's disgusting.
Oh, come, it's one of our finest statues. Stands on a plinth of the best quality English stone, what you might call pomegranate.
You can laugh,
Oh, thank you,
Willy.
I was, yeah.
You're all sex mad over here, and that's a fact. That's all you think about. Any minute now, and you'll drag me behind that curtain, and we all know what that means.
I'll do no such thing.
Oh, well, how about that curtain?
No, I don't think so. Why not go and have a word with Douglas Smith? I'm sure he must fancy you. He hasn't looked at you once.
That lousy pommy got a lot of plums in his mouth. From Victoria.
And there she goes with her didgeridoo at the ready. Well, now. Here is a man who's thrown off his trammels. He says they were binding him under the cord wangle. Rambling Sid Rumpo.
Hello, me dearios. Since we last met, I've had a bogle in me gander bag, and I've come up with this astounding air fit to titillate your lummox.
Oh, well, my lummox are sort of self-titillating, but thank you for the offer.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, it's a Somerset ditty, and goes after this fashion, sprightly but abysmally. On yonder hill there stands a mooly. What it is I do not know. With my grunge I'll lunge that mooly, lunge it till its nadgers glow. Oh, no, John, no, John, no. Madam, through your fair cord wangle, I do see your wogglers show. With this lurker I would trust you. Will you answer yes or no? And she answers, oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no. At least not while I'm carving the joint. So he offers her fine things to make her change her mind as follows. I will give you fine plucked grummets, wordle you from head to toe. All I ask is one quick bogle. Fudge my bangers, then I'll... And again she says, oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no. Well, it's Lent, you see. Which, of course, thoroughly disgruntles him, so he sings, you've turned down my fine plucked grummets, you've refused to wordle low. Would you spurn my new cord wangle, though it be as pure as snow? And with a tear in her posset, and a lump in her artifacts, she softens and capitulates, singing, oh, yes, John, yes, John, yes, John. Oh.
Well, thank you, Rambling Sid Rumpo. Keep up the bad work. Now, the other day it was Douglas Smith's birthday, his official birthday, of course. And I felt I couldn't let the occasion pass without getting him a little memento, and it's difficult to know what to get him. I mean, what can you give a man who's got nothing? But I was in the King's Road, Chelsea, and a shop caught my eye. It was called Boner Gift Boutique. And a sign on the window said, "Troll round, nanty obligation to buy." So I popped in. Hello, anybody there?
Oh, hello, I'm Julian, and this is my friend Sandy.
Hello, Mr. Horne. How nice to vardy your dolly old eek again.
Thank you.
Popped in to pick up a knick-knack.
Yes, I want something for a friend.
Friend?
Yeah, well, we'd have to see him before we could make an offer.
Yes.
Matter of fact, it's our announcer, Douglas Smith.
Oh, you want the chemist shop next door? Yes, they're doing a special offer on the rejuvenation tablets this week.
Yes.
Nice.
We specialise in your actual prezzies for the discerning customer.
Quite so. Our motto is, if you don't see it, ask for it. If you have a ramage, Mr. Horne, Jewel will follow you round and make suggestions. Won't you, Jewel?
Gladly. How does your friend feel about a cologne?
We have a great range of your He-Man Butch cologne.
Have you tried Mon Rave?
Mon Rave. That's your actual French. It means my rave.
I don't know.
Then there's Une Nuit de Grimsby.
Or the Un Nuit de Tangier?
Yes, that's a night in Tangiers. Similar to a night in Grimsby, only you meet more interesting people.
Well, no, I don't think so. Knowing Douglas, I think 4 days in Harrogate is about as much as he could take. Look, I'm sorry if I'm being a nuisance.
Oh, nanty-nuisance, Mr. Horne. Your every whim is our desire.
Nor vice versa.
How about a nice piece of poker work?
We've got a good range of mottos, haven't we? Look, here's a nice one.
Bless this latte. No, I'm not keen.
Well, what about this one then? Be it never so naff, there's no place like home. Look ever so nice over Mr. Smith's four-post.
Well, I don't think they're allowed any personal belongings in the rooms or anything sharp, Just a wash hand stand and a mother-of-pearl throat spray with a picture of John Snag on it.
Well, what about something personal like cufflinks? Oh, yeah, this is nice. Musical eye bath.
Oh.
Plays sailor with the navy blue eyes. There's got girls in every portion hanging around like flies.
Stop it.
You don't like my singing, do you?
No.
Oh, you're jealous. Always been jealous of my talent.
Shut up.
Yes, too much tongue like a blood poisoning.
He only does the auditions.
You were saying?
Yes, to return to our mouton.
Yes.
That's your actual French for mutton.
Would have fooled me.
No, seriously. Now, what about a nice set of miniatures?
Miniature what?
I don't know, they're too small to carry.
Here, though. I tell you what, Jewel could do you a nice pot.
Oh, yes.
Now he makes them himself, It's all hand thrown. Oh, he can do things with a lump of clay. Here. Make your eyeballs come out on stalks. Look at this here. Look at this he made.
What's that on it? Souvenir of Marrakesh. It's extremely curious.
Well, in Marrakesh, you had some experiences that were extremely curious.
Here, watch it. Would you dare, you promised. No. I know.
Yes.
How about something patriotic?
We've got hundreds of things, Mr. Horne, with a patriotic motive. There's your Union Jack jockey shorts with "I'm back in Britain" emblazoned in the most appropriate place. We got a whole range of articles emblazoned with Union Jack and "I'm back in Britain" stamped all over them, and none of them cost more than £1.
How come they're so cheap?
They're simple, Ducky. They're all made in Japan.
Well, that brings us to the end of the show, except for this week's motto: he who hesitates is Eamon Andrews. It looks nice in poker work. Cheerio.
That was Round the Horne, starring Kenneth Horne, with Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick and Betty Marsden. Music was by the Max Harris Group, and the script was by Barry Tooke, Johnnie Mortimer and Brian Cooke and Donald Webster. The programme was produced by John Simmons.